requests your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this ballpark.
Shame on you. You fool me, you can't get fooled again.
A beautiful Wednesday night here from Dorn Park as the Bourne Braves gear up for their 13th home game of the 2023 season, and they welcome in the Chatham Anglers for the challenge. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. The story on tap for today: Bourne, their 26th game of the whole entire summer. Chatham at the moment entering their 22nd game. They've only played 2 full games in the whole month of July so far. Matt, a lot going on with this team right now, and that's probably the biggest story right now: postponements in July.
Yeah, it'll hurt a team when you don't get the chance to play a lot of full games. It really limits your chances of making a push into the playoffs. But they've had so many cancellations that even though they find themselves in last in the East, they're only 7 points back of that final spot and have 3 to 4 games in hand on almost every team in the league. So it's crazy to think about it. You know, you win those 4 games. Well, they're right in the thick of it then. So it's tough on a team when you're going into a day and you're preparing for a game and then fog just appears, and Chatham's had so many fog delays or fog cancellations even at Veterans Field. We saw it at Hyannis, the fog delay there, and then eventually canceling the game between Bourne and Hyannis. But for Chatham, it's so hard to get in a groove when you're just every day you're like, am I going to play today? Am I not going to play? It just mentally it wears on you, and then eventually you just got to find a way to get back into rhythm. And here, thankfully, there is not a cloud in the sky.
Well, more uncertainty on tap for Chatham at the very moment. Tom Holliday, their manager since 2018, relieved of his duties as manager today due to health issues for him, stepping down as manager. Man, a big move for him. Marty Lee's now the manager of this team, has a lot of D1 experience. How does Chatham use this kind of to start their little new rhythm right now as a team?
Well, Marty's been here the whole season, so that gives him a plus. He's acclimated to the guys in the dugout, and we've heard from the Chatham broadcasters that Marty's had a good response with the dugout, and everyone's responding to him well. They like him a lot, and that's always big. You never want to have that changeover in who's leading the team and have it be a rocky start that, you know, it doesn't get along with the rest of the team. But Marty, obviously, plenty of D1 coaching experience, Oregon State, Washington State for him, D1 level. He's a very talented guy and someone that these players can lean on. The biggest thing for this summer is that even though Chatham finds themselves in last place, the biggest thing for these players and for the coaches is to get the best out of each other. And so the team's responding to him well, and that's the biggest thing going forward for Chatham.
A lot more to break down before first pitch here from Dorn Park. Matt and I could talk about it, and we will right before first pitch. But for now, we send it to Before the Bravos with Ali Navarrete and Mojo Hill.
Welcome on in to Before the Bravos. I'm Ali Navarrete alongside Mojo Hill, back after the off day at Dorn Park for a quick 2-game homestand. I feel like it's the first time in a while we'll play back-to-back games here at home. Meanwhile, the Braves coming off a wacky game at Hyannis before the off day, Mojo.
Yeah, that was a bizarre game. Even like 2 hours before when it was raining hard and we were thinking we weren't going to play at all. And then it gets pushed back half hour because of the rain. And then Tristan Smith was so good. He was, one of the best starts for Bourne so far this summer, and they've gotten some good starts recently. He was just fantastic for 5 innings. I thought maybe one of the best performances by a Bourne pitcher we've seen. And then things just really fell apart with 2 outs in the sixth. And it was unfortunate because it came right after a really sweet double play that seemed to, they'd be on the way to get out of the inning. But it just blew up on them, and then they didn't get a chance to come back with the fog, and it was just strange circumstances all around. And I don't know, I was thinking, I almost feel like the wackiness of it could almost help them in a way, or at least like lessen the sting of a loss like that. Like if that had happened, at home in front of all the Bourne Braves fans, maybe it would sting a little harder. But just throw that one away, scratch that one out. It was just bizarre circumstances all around, not ideal playing conditions at all. And yeah, it's just one loss. They've still been winning more than they're losing. They're still 6-4 in their last 10. So yeah, just forget about that one and come back to sunny Dorn Park and get back in the win column against a team that's been struggling.
Yeah, unfortunate news for Chatham this afternoon. Their field manager, Tom Holliday, had to step down due to personal health reasons. He's a guy who's been very vocal all season long about getting these guys back on the right track. It's been a tough season for the Anglers, and just a really unfortunate way for him to kind of have to leave being the helm of this team.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, he's definitely a really well-respected guy. You can see that from all the support he got on social media. And, yeah, hopefully he's all right. I do think it's interesting. Marty Lee's the guy who's stepping in, actually coached in the Pac-12 for a while. He was Washington State's head coach and also was an assistant for Oregon State for a while. And he actually played at Lane Community College, which is the community college right near University of Oregon. That's kind of a feeder school for Oregon. So it's kind of a small world, the fact that he played at this small community college right near where I just went to school for 4 years. But yeah, it's interesting to see him out here in the Cape.
I know I spoke to some of the Chatham broadcasters before the game when we were on the field during BP, and they said that the players love Marty and they're excited to get going with him at the helm. So, they're definitely in need of a win because, Chatham not only having things go on with their coaching staff, but the fog has really gotten them. We talk about the fog that we had at Hyannis, but nothing compares to what the Anglers have been dealing with. They haven't played a full home game since early July. I think July 1st was potentially the date I heard, and they've had a lot of issues with the fog over there. They love to start their games at 7 p.m. It's their tradition, and right now they haven't been able to play a lot at home because the fog kind of sets in by then. I know they've played some away games, but they're definitely looking for something. I think both teams really looking for a win for different reasons today. The Braves have been so good at bouncing back this season, though, and they play really well at Dorn Park, 9-3 at home.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we finally got a taste of what Chatham's been dealing with. It's almost become humorous in a way, just seeing every day that the Anglers game has been postponed again due to fog. And although it's got to be frustrating for the players, but it seemed like they had some fun with it, though. They had a couple home run derbies that they threw together at the last second. And the fog has kind of been affecting teams around the Cape. I saw in the Warham game, the interns kind of put on like a recreation of the like two batters that actually they got to call. So at least teams are having some fun with it. But yeah, it's got to be frustrating, and we're definitely lucky that we, for the most part, missed out on it. Hyannis game was kind of the first time we've had to deal with that.
Yeah, totally. Meanwhile, let's move to today's matchup. We've got Bryce Cunningham on the mound for the Bravos. He's a 2022 champion. It'll be his second start of the summer, his third start of the summer, second against Chatham. He already pitched against Chatham once this season. Strike's been pretty good this year.
Yeah, it was interesting last time. I thought his stuff looked better than his first start, but the control was a little worse. He struck out 8 4 2/3. Control got away from him a little bit with 4 walks, but I thought the stuff looked really good in both starts, but I think even better in the second one. And that was kind of the issue for him at Vanderbilt too, was just kind of refining the strike zone, not letting things blow up on him. So hopefully he can continue in the right direction. But yeah, I think he's looked really good. A big right-hander, definitely a threatening presence on the mound for sure.
Definitely. Now going into this lineup, some faces we haven't seen in a little bit. New Contrades will be back in there at third base. We saw him for the first time at YD, so this will be his second game with the Bravos. He's coming out at ASU.
Yeah, he's played in a couple games. Interestingly, he went 0 for 3 with a walk in both the games he's played so far. So really small sample. Haven't really seen a ton from him yet, either positive or negative. He did back at Oregon, he homered off a guy who was just drafted in the 10th round. So, I mean, maybe that's a sign of good things. And, yeah, it's a pretty strong lineup. I think the only maybe curious aspect of it is just the fact that Bryce Eblin is DHing, considering how good he is in the field. But, Contreras certainly can hold his own there at third base. And I think it's just a really strong lineup, 1 through 9, with the usual mix of speed versus, slugger types.
Yeah, Bryce Eblin in that DH slot. Again, he'll lead off. And then Jonathan Vastine right behind him there. The best bromance on the team, we found out recently. They were the two who were a big part of that double play the other night. But we will see if the Bravos can get back in the win column here tonight at Doran Park. Take a quick step aside for the anthem. Cam and Matt when we come back.
Thanks to Tom and everyone at Cape Cod Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, and Physical Therapy for supporting the Braves this season. You can learn more about them at capecodortho.com.
We're set for first pitch here from Dorn Park. It's Wednesday Night Baseball, the Bourne Braves and the Chatham Anglers. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. We'll see Bryce Cunningham first on the mound, the right-hander out of Vanderbilt. Matt, his third start in the summer. He has been stellar so far for the Braves.
Yeah, he comes in with 2 starts already. He's gone 8 2/3 innings of work, and he has a 1.03 ERA. He's been stellar on the mound, as Cam said. 13 strikeouts to 5 walks, and in his last appearance, he had 8 strikeouts on the mound. Only dished out 4 walks. That's been his bread and butter, is having those high strikeout numbers, and we saw it on his spring season while at Vanderbilt, that high, commanding, powerful fastball, along with a mixed in of an off-speed. He's had both his pitches working so far, and that's what's given him success. It'll be his second start on the mound against Chatham. His first start of the summer came against the Anglers, had 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's been simply exceptional, and that's exactly what Bourne needs, is a good start from their man on the mound.
And we talked about starting pitching for the Braves. Ryan Fisher and Garrett Horn, 2 of the last pitchers for the Braves, have gone 5 to 6 innings. Garrett Cunningham, so far, his longest outing was 4 2/3 against Wareham, and he's looking to go the distance here today, a 6.48 ERA during his spring season at Vanderbilt. And here's the lineup that he'll face for the Chatham Anglers, the number 10 offense at the moment in the Cape League. Xavier Casarella, he'll bat first, and he'll play right field. Adam Miola will bat second, the third baseman out of Oklahoma State. Nolan Schubert, he'll bat third and play left field. Lyler Miller Green, he's in the cleanup spot, and he'll DH. Chris Maldonado will bat fifth, he'll play second base. Hudson White will bat sixth, he'll catch. Caden Kent will bat 7th and play first. Zach McDonald, he'll bat 8th, and he'll play center field. And Darian Fabian, he'll bat 9th and command the infield at shortstop. Casserole, the first batter of tonight's game. Blue skies and great weather for baseball. Right around 85 at first pitch. Cunningham from the windup. First pitch, and we're underway. Fastball inside. 6:01 is your time of first pitch here from Dorn Park. 83 degrees and partly cloudy. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball inside once again, 2-0. Your umpires for tonight's game, Sam Finn is behind home plate. Mighty Garcia, he is at first, and J.C. Fernandez will be at third. 2-0 pitch, fouled straight back from Casarilla. Third meeting between these two teams, Chatham and Bourne. Second time we'll see Casarilla against the Braves, batting .244, 2 doubles and a triple so far. Cunningham's 2-1 pitch, foul back once again. That first meeting was the second win of the summer for the Braves, an 11-1 victory at Veterans Field. Game number 2 was here on the 28th, and that was a big 8-2 win for the Bravos to extend their win streak. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Cunningham kicks and deals. This one line towards left field and down the foul line. This one is going to drop for a base hit. Peterson ranges over. It bounces against the wall. Into second base is Casarilla. It's a leadoff double for the Anglers. We talked about them, the number 10 offense, starting off early here from Dorn Park.
Casarilla is one of their better hitters. Reason why he's batting the leadoff, and that off speed from Cunningham, just lower in the zone, kind of hanged up there and allowed Casarilla to keep get his hands low and pull it down the line.
Poke that one to left field. Peterson picked it up quickly. And now here's the third baseman, Aiden Miola. Cunningham, fastball inside once again, 1-0. Cunningham's fastball sits between 91 and 93 miles per hour. That one and 91 on the inner half. Miola batting .200, 1 RBI so far in his summer for Chatham. 1-0 pitch, chopped third base side and foul. Your Bourne defense for tonight's game from left to right in the outfield. Sam Peterson, Gage Harrelson will do the duties in center. Kendall Diggs in right field. Last time he was here, we mentioned it, Sports Center top 10. After the pitch, we'll get to your infield. Cunningham set once again. Big chance here for Chatham early. 1-1 off speed. Called strike of the knees, 1-2. From third to first in the infield, New Contrades to the hot corner. Jonathan Vastine back at short. Josh Croder-Grauer at second. Derek Bender will play first, and Caden Bodine the battery with Bryce Cunningham. 1-2 pitch, chopped third base side and fouled. This Chatham team looking to get back on a roll here, but we've brought up them as a whole. Only 7 games back, and they have a lot of baseball left to be played. Right now, 4 games behind Bourne that they still have left to be played due to all the rainouts. The 1-2 pitch fouled off into the Bourne dugout once again. Casarilla's third double of the season. He sits on second base. First early jam we've seen from Cunningham entering his third start. He's set once again, the 1-2. Foul first base side out of play. Long at bat here from Miola. 7 for 35 in his 10 games. Schubart and Miller Green to follow, 2 of the hotter hitters in their order. No one in the order for Chatham batting into the 300s. Miller Green the closest at 294. The 1-2 pitch, check swing. He went fishing at the off speed. Out number 1 and the first strikeout for Bryce Cunningham.
It's a nice bounce back at bat there for Bryce. We talked about how good his strikeout numbers have been. And there, normally we see that fastball on those 2 strike counts, but he did a nice job switching it up and fooling Miola.
Nolan Schubart, now the hitter, first lefty that Bryce Cunningham's going to see so far, batting .254. 1 home run so far in his summer with Chatham and 8 RBIs. Teammates with Ida Miola, who just went down swinging. First pitch, change up low, count 1-0. And Cunningham in the 2 starts, both wins. The interesting stat about the Wareham start, no earned runs, but 3 runs came across and scored. Bourne won that one on a walk-off in the 9th inning here at home. He's set once again, a look at second base. Long look at Casarilla. Highlight kick 1-0. Fastball outside, counting out 2-0. .43 strikeouts this past spring for Cunningham on 23 walks. 5 walks in his 2 outings so far and 15 strikeouts. The 2-0 pitch fouled straight back from Schubart. Count 2-1. Bourne coming off the loss against Hyannis. That one finishing in 7 innings. A 6-4 loss where Hyannis poured it all on in the bottom of the 6th. 3 home runs, few RBI singles. Bourne was in full command 4-0. Looking to bounce back. They were on a 2-game winning streak before the defeat. 2 looks at Casserole. He's going on the 2-1. Pitch outside. Bodine's throw to third base. It's a strike. It's on time. Caden Bodine, a dart to New Contratis. And there's 2 away here in the top of the 1st.
I like the aggressiveness here from Chatham. I think it's just a little too overzealous with the lefty in the box here against Bodine. He's got a strong arm, and Casarilla got a good jump. He's had a knack with stealing bases. He only had 2 attempts, but there I think that might have been a little too gutsy.
The 3-1 pitch, wave and a miss from Schubart. Count now full in Cunningham. A chance for an unconventional 1-2-3 inning. Schubart digs back in. Cunningham back to the windup. Here's the payoff pitch. This one chopped right back up the middle. JKG at second base, gloves it, fires to first. A scoop from Bender. It's in time. A 4-3 putout to end the top half of the 1st inning. 1 hit and no runs for Chatham. And no score here after a half inning of play. Bottom 1 coming up from Dorn Park, and your first looks at the Braves' bats. Bottom 1 from Dorn Park, and your first look at the Braves' bats. They'll be facing Liam Paddock, the left-hander, transferring to Gonzaga this upcoming spring, but the Braves will line up as such. Bryce Evelyn batting first, still DH. Jonathan Vastine, he has been stellar so far. Batting second, playing shortstop. Derek Bender back in the lineup. He'll bat third and play first. Caden Bodine, his coastal teammate, in the cleanup spot and catching. Kendall Diggs, he'll bat fifth and play right. Sam Peterson, he'll bat sixth and play left. JKG in the 7-hole, playing second base. New Contratis, his 3rd game with the Braves. He's at the hot corner, batting 8th. And Gage Harrelson bats 9th, and he'll play center field. Paddock so far has been a reliever for Chatham in his appearances so far, making his 5th appearance with the Anglers, his first start. His last 2 appearances, 2 3-inning stints, 3 earned runs total. The walks have not been a problem, and his strikeout numbers this past season at Spokane Community College, 32 strikeouts in 23 innings for the left-hander. So he's been kind of the bread and butter in the bullpen for the Anglers. And after a lot of crazy things going on for Chatham, looking to have him turn things around on the defensive side. Bourne, the number 1 offense. Chatham right now struggling in both departments. The number 9 pitching staff, and Liam Paddock, a 143 opponent batting average, facing a very good lineup. It starts with Bryce Evelyn, the infielder out of Alabama. Evelyn went 1 for 3 against Hyannis, 1 run scored. And he's been consistently back in that 1 spot for the Braves. We've seen him all over this order, 1, 2, 8, 9. Back in that leadoff spot here. Paddock set, Evelyn set. Long look in before the first pitch. And the bottom of the 1st is underway. Fastball inside, called strike, 0-1. This part of the order for the Braves, we'll get into it. Vastine, Bender, Bodine. 3 of the hottest hitters on the Cape. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Looping curveball, this one's low. Count 1-1. 13 hits for Evelyn on 9 RBIs. The 2022 playoff MVP as the season goes on. He's played a bigger role in the Braves lineup. 1-1 pitch, knobbed first base side. A pop fly out of play from Evelyn. In that DH spot, we've seen him at third, second, and short for the Braves. Casarillo was the leadoff base runner for Chatham on a double. Evelyn looking to follow suit here in the bottom of the first. Paddock's 1-2 pitch. Off speed, outside corner, called strike 3. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the first, and we take a look at your Chatham defense. We start from left to right in the outfield. Nolan Schubart, Zach McDonald, he'll do the duties in center. Xavier Casarillo is in right. And from third to first in the infield, Ada Miola, Darren Fabian, he'll be at the shortstop. Chris Maldonado at second, an everyday player for Chatham. Caden Kent at first, and Hudson White will be the battery with Paddock. Here's Jonathan Vastine, another lefty in the Bourne order. First pitch upstairs. Vastine batting .327. One home run that came in the last home game for the Braves on 13 RBIs. 1-0 upstairs once again, 2-0.
Vastine's probably been the hottest hitter in this order for Bourne, and simply coming on strong as of late, now tied for a team high with RBIs, just loves getting on base.
Paddock brings in the 2-0 inside. Vastine dodging out of the way. And a scary leadoff base runner, even with 1 out, is Vastine. 9 stolen bases, second on the team at the moment for the Braves. Derek Bender, who's on deck, he has 10. Paddock's 3-0, fastball low and inside, a 4-pitch walk for Jonathan Vastine, and the first base runner of the night for the Braves.
Yeah, it's just exactly what you want to do if you're Bourne. Just get your first base runner on in any capacity you can. And Bourne very patient when it comes to batting and will attack when given pitches to do so. But Vastine, he's been a patient hitter so far, and now with his speed on the bases, it's big. Big gap on the right side of the infield. Derek Bender not afraid to work it the other way.
Derek Bender digs in his first AB. Paddock is going to nail him right on the knee. Tough spot to get hit. Bourne lately, a lot of hitters just getting nailed. We saw Chris Stanfield get hit by a pitch in a similar spot a few days ago here at home. So won't get to talk about Bender too much, but on his walk down to first, you see it right there, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs.
Now batting, the catcher.
His OPS through the roof at the very moment. Had a hit last time out against Hyannis, a stolen base. You know, a guy that has hits for that much power and average, also in stolen bases, Bender has done everything for the Braves.
Yeah, he's a huge part of this team, and just the energy he brings as well.
Caden Bodine, his teammate from Coastal Carolina, the switch hitter will bat right. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Big chance here for the Braves early. Paddock's pitch, curveball, this one's low, 1-0. Bodine batting .400, 10 RBIs, 8 walks. No home runs yet, but we've seen his power during batting practice. Has that ability from both sides of the plate. Back behind the plate after 2 days off and a DH appearance. 1-0 pitch, fastball, it's in there. But Bourne has showed the way that Guzman has been hitting and Hugh Pinckney's been hitting as well. A lot of different players that could step in for Bodine and give him a day off behind the plate.
Even Derek Bender, we've seen him catch lately.
Paddock's 1-1, Bodine chopper third base side and foul. Lucas Olson, the first base coach for the Braves. John Topoleski at third. Bourne, the most aggressive team on the base paths with stolen bases. Would not be surprised if they have something on here on a 1-1 count. Blue skies here from Doran Park. Some wind pushing out towards left field. The 1-2 to Bodine. Fastball low, snap throw to first base. Could have Bender in hot water, and they won't. Bender just sliding in there safely. Kent couldn't get the tag on time for Bender. Just getting his right hand around in time, and Bender also got his hand stuck under the base at first. So he really wanted to be safe, marking his territory there at the back.
Yeah, it's a close call. He's taken very large leads over at first with Kent not holding on to him. Might shorten it down a little bit this time around.
He's still bouncing around. 2-2 pitch, curveball low, count full. what comes with stolen bases and the aggressiveness on the base paths for Bourne is getting caught stealing. But a lot of the times, Bourne's made up for it with their bats. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Paddock a look at second base. Here's the pitch. Both runners going. Chop third base side. Topoleski, he'll pick it up at third and we'll do it again. Looked like Vastine was going. Bender was just following. Came up a little bit late, but Hudson White behind home plate. Going to look for that lead runner at Vastine at third. Big chance here for Bodine. Walked 3 times. As there's a pick over to second base. No throw from Paddock. Walked 3 times against Hyannis. Went 0 for 1. Kendall Diggs waits on deck. You talk about walks. Double digits for him and 3 hit by pitches. Paddock a deep breath. Runners going again. The 3-2 pitch. Chopped up the middle. Rolls into center field for a base hit. Vastine rounds third base. He's going to stroll in and score. Caden Bodine, RBI number 11. It's an RBI single. Bourne strikes first. It's 1-0.
That's exactly what Bourne loves to do when they lead off innings with your top of the order. And especially with Vastine on base, makes you a little nervous with his speed. Bender, the hit by pitch. And then Caden Bodine, just such a confident hitter. Able to find the gaps. We haven't seen the power yet, but at least not in terms of home runs, but he's delivered on multiple occasions.
First pitch to Kendall Diggs. Fastball called strike. Bender got to third base. He was going and gave that jump to Vastine to score as well. That ball just squeaking through from Bodine. But as Matt mentioned, he's come up in some big spots early on, late in the game, and he's delivered. Diggs batting .222. 1 double, and he's looking to just get some real at-bats. 0-1 pitch outside. And every time Kendall Diggs is in the lineup at the moment, and the OPS number is up there right now, but just him getting on base just keeps the rallies going for Bourne. If things stay consistent, the Braves could have loaded bases. Worst comes to worst if Diggs can walk. Throw over to first base. Bodine back standing. And Diggs also a solid glove in right field. Let the Braves go on national television with his catch against the Harwich Mariners. Big spot here for him. 1-1 pitch. Count now 2-1. Bourne was on a 2-game win streak before the loss against Hyannis, coming in 7 innings. At the moment, 3rd in runs scored, overall best offense in batting average. 2-1 pitch, the looper outside, 3-1.
And for Diggs, you saw the spring he had Arkansas, 13 home runs, 62 RBIs. They're just waiting for the moment when his bat clicks, and it's a dangerous place to be.
3-1 pitch, and by no surprise, wouldn't you know it, Kendall Diggs walks down to first base. 11th walk of the summer for the Arkansas outfielder, and the base is now loaded for Sam Peterson.
Now batting, the left fielder from the University of Iowa.
And now you're going to see the mound visit to Paddock on the bump. As Cam said, first start for him this summer, and already seeing some action down that Chatham bullpen in down the right field line, or over the right field fence, rather.
And Chatham at the moment, we mentioned them, the 10th offense, and the pitching's been there in a lot of games. They've been able to squeak through and keep games close later on, but defense can only do so much when the offense has only scored 87 runs. But we mentioned the Anglers, their 22nd game of the summer, Bourne's 26th. The off days for Chatham, they will not be getting a lot of those. Their only one coming up is on the league-wide off day, the day after the All-Star game on July 23rd. But Chatham, in the month of July at the very moment, 5 postponements, 2 full games, 1 ended in 6 innings. They're just looking to play some baseball and have some certainty in their dugout. 1 out here, 1-0 Bourne. Here's Sam Peterson. First pitch low and inside, gets past White. Derek Bender, he'll jog home and score. Diggs and Bodine advance, 2-0 Braves.
And thereafter a mound visit, you're just hoping find a little rhythm if you're Paddock. Get back on the horse, as Pete Trufreda would say, in this situation. And a wild pitch is not what he drew up.
2 RBI chance for Sam Peterson. 3 ribbies so far in his summer. Paddock's 1-0. Fastball up, 2-0. Peterson batting .268. 9 stolen bases, second on the team. Had a stolen base last time out against Hyannis, went over 3. Big spot here to pull this one open early. 2-0 pitch, gets past White once again, trickles up the first base side. Bodine read it like a book, he'll slide in safely. 2 wild pitches, Bourne in front early, 3-0. Tough spot here for Chatham.
Yeah, a little scary there for Caden Bodine coming home. Hudson White, kind of just moved up onto the plate, and when he slid in, it looked like their ankles almost twisted together. Just something to keep an eye on.
3 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Peterson. He had the green light. Chopped it foul. Didn't look like a play at home plate completely, but Bodine doing the smart thing on something that could be close at home. Thought to slide, and just a weird spot there for Chatham. That ball just getting past White. Kendall Diggs on third base. 3-1 pitch outside. Back-to-back walks on the inning for Liam Paddock. Not the start to a outing that he wants here in start number 1 in his summer. And Josh Krodegrauer comes to the plate, and a pitching change maybe in the works here for Chatham. Here's their new manager in Marty Lees. 20 years at the Division I level with Washington State as well, taking over for Tom Holliday. And he'll take the ball from Liam Paddock, and that will end his night here early on in the bottom of the first, only 1 out. And it's 3-0 Braves. We'll get you the new pitcher, all the stats, and everything you need to know when we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. The night comes to an early close for Liam Paddock, and now a new lefty into the game. It is the 6'5 lefty Max Yell out of West Virginia. Yell so far, 4 games, 2.45 ERA, has 1 save and 7 1/3 innings pitched. His longest outing on June 21st, 3 innings against Harwich. Here's JKG, first and third, pick over to first. Peterson was going, the throw down from Kent at first base. And Peterson slid past the bag, and he's going to be out either way. Diggs was not running at third base. An interesting start to Yell's stint out of the bullpen. 2 outs now in the bottom of the first.
And Peterson was safe. He was going to be safe ahead of the tag, and just too much forward momentum carried him off the bag, and that's just a tough pill to swallow if you're Sam.
First pitch of JKG, a chopper right it back up the middle, but Maldonado there right at second base. Throw to first, it's in time to end the inning. But not after Bourne puts 3 runs on the board and a few walks, some wild pitches. The Braves take advantage, and they strike early here from Dorn Park. Bryce Cunningham coming back to the mound, and Allie has more on the field.
Thanks, guys. When you don't catch starting pitcher tonight for the Braves, Bryce Cunningham, here on the bump, you can catch him on the links. That's where he was yesterday for his off day. He shot a 79 in his round of golf. I heard that was a pretty good score for him, so hopefully he can channel some of that energy from yesterday on the bump with him today. He's already had a pretty good start now as Bravos have backed him up, going 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Back to you guys when we come back. 3-0 your score as we get to the top of the second inning here from Dorn Park, and we thank you for joining us on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. Chatham went down 1-2-3 in the first inning after the double from Xavier Casarilla. He was gunned at third base. Cunningham with an unconventional 3 up, 3 down, and he'll face 4, 5, 6 here for Chatham. Here's the righty and the DH, Lyle Miller Green. Cunningham from the windup here. 3 runs on the board and 1 hit so far for the Braves. First pitch, off speed inside, 1-0.
It's been a minute since we've seen Bryce. First pitch was at 6:01, and then that big 3 spot in the bottom of the first.
The 1-0 pitch, chop third base side. Charging is Contreras, now fires across the diamond. High throw, Bender keeps it in front for out number 1. And a 5-3 put out for Contreras, who we're seeing a lot more of in the Braves lineup. Third game here in a Bravos uniform.
That's big for him as well, because we've seen him just have a couple errors, or not even errors. I think one's been against him, and one was just a tough hop to deal with. Now to get one in your glove and make the throw on the first.
Here's the righty, Chris Maldonado. Fastball inside, first pitch, 1-0. Maldonado out of Vanderbilt, batting 162, 1 double and 4 RBIs. Cunningham from the windup, 1-0 pitch. Off speed, just going to hang low, count 2-0. 1 strikeout so far for Cunningham, few ground outs. Got some help from Caden Bodine behind the plate. Glove at the face once again. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball, this one a high drive to left field, but way foul. Absolutely crushed down the line for Maldonado for strike number 1.
He got all of it. That's for sure.
Just hooked it way foul off the bat, but that ball had some distance. The 2-1, big swing and a miss on the elevated heat here. Count 2-2. Rolled all the way to the stone walls in that stone grass area in left field behind the wall. All the way down the line. 2-2 pitch, popped up first base side, out of play. We'll do it again.
And after that fastball that Cunningham went power on power with Maldonado, the 2 players, college teammates, had a little laugh with one another.
Vanderbilt on Vanderbilt. 2-2 pitch. This one poked to left field. Peterson takes a range towards the gap. He'll settle under it and make the catch for out number 2. So Cunningham wins the Vanderbilt battle there against Maldonado. Now he'll face the catcher Hudson White out of Texas Tech.
Number 62, Hudson White.
White batting 125, one triple, a home run. Been the everyday catcher for this Chatham squad. Cunningham from the windup. First pitch, fastball, called strike on the inner half at 92 miles per hour. White looking to turn around his summer here. The wide righty stance, the 0-1 pitch. This one going to miss low, count 1-1. Chatham 2-9 on the road. They've played a little bit better at home as this pitch is skied out towards center field. Gage Harrelson takes 3 steps back, now settles under it. He'll make the catch in left center field to end the inning. So the first real 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Cunningham. 3 up, 3 down here in the top half of the second inning. Bourne still in front, 3-0. Wide to the bottom of the second here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Bryce Cunningham has been stellar for the Braves so far. Another 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the second inning here from Dorn Park. 8-9-1 for the Braves, and they lead 3-0 so far. Max Yell out of the bullpen, looking for a long stint here after the struggling start from Liam Paddock. Yell out of West Virginia, we talked about him. His longest outing so far, 3 innings against Harwich. 9 strikeouts and 8 walks so far in his summer. He'll face New Contreras, Gage Harrelson, and Bryce Eblin. A righty and 2 lefties in the order here for the Braves. Contreras just his 3rd game, 0 for 6 so far. The tall righty stands in. From the stretch is Yell. He's set, first pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. 2 walks for Contreras. Made a play in the top half of the second at the hot corner. Yell, a long look in. Highlight kick, 1-0 pitch. Wave and a miss. Count 1-1. From Yell's delivery, hides that ball a little bit towards the back of his hip and kind of turns that front leg away from the hitter coming in. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch, popped up first base side, going to be out of play.
And for Contreras, he's still trying to just get settled in, get acclimated, trying to get his first hit. He's put together some good at-bats so far. He's just looking for that breakthrough hit.
Bourne did not get a leadoff base runner in the first. It was a 1-out walk from Vastine. 1-2 pitch, fastball low, count even at 2s. It was 3 walks, a hit by pitch, a single from Caden Bodine to break the scoring. And 3 runs for the Braves. Yell fires in the 2-2 pitch. Off-speed low and inside, just going to miss at the shins of Contreras. Count full. 217 at-bats during his freshman year for Arizona State, batted over 300. Looking to get on here for the Bravos. Yell, a long look in once again, gets the sign from White. Glove at the belt. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one poked first base side, just going to be out of play. Bouncing against the fence on the right field line. The potential is there for Contreras, a reason he's in a Braves uniform and just getting acclimated as a lot of these players have. One of the newcomers in the Bravos lineup. Yells 3-2, fastball way outside. He'll take a jog to first base. His third walk on the summer and the Bourne's first leadoff base runner tonight.
It's a good at-bat from New. Fell behind early, 1-2 hole. Did a nice job of battling with 2 strikes and staying patient, waiting for the right pitch to come to him.
Here's the center fielder, Gage Harrelson. His first ABs tonight. Third baseman in Miola, 2 steps in on the grass. First baseman again holding on the runner. First pitch, Contreras is going. Fastball outside. The throw from White. This one's not going to be in time. Give Contreras a stolen base. Bourne not shying away from the aggressiveness, even with the lead. And an RBI chance here for Harrelson.
It's the second stolen bag on the summer for New, and he might be someone to watch now in that race for the top spot on the team with most stolen bases. Got such a great jump, even against the lefty, and Yell wasted no time.
Yell 2 looks at second base, the 1-0 to Harrelson. Curveball is going to be low in the zone now, count 2-0. Harrelson batting .234, 4 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. And we've seen Bourne go a lot more on first pitches, stealing to second base. We saw Trufretta do that against Hyannis. The 1-0 pitch, called strike on the off-speed at the belt. Yell looking to bear down here and stop the bleeding. Don't want to let Bourne extend their lead here in the bottom of the second. Shortstop and Fabian behind the runner and Contreras at second. 2-1 pitch. This one smoked at shortstop, picked up from Fabian. They're going to say he caught the ball in the line drive. Contreras back to second base. And there's one away here in the bottom of the second.
For Gage, he's kind of fallen into a little bit of a slump. The strikeout numbers have gone up, but they're a hard-hit ball. Just going to be tough for him to head back to the dugout. He hit it well, just right at Fabian at short.
Back to the top of the order for the Braves, it's Bryce Eblin. 0 for 1 so far, struck out to lead off this game. Facing another lefty, had Paddock, here's Yell. Yell from the stretch, first pitch. Off speed going to be low in the zone, count 1-0. Contreras having that 2-step lead off second base. The shortstop and Fabian still right behind him. Third baseman and Miola now back at third. Straight away is the outfield depth. 1-0 delivery. It's going to clip Eblin on the shoulder. He'll throw the bat third base side. The second hit by pitch for Chatham as a whole. The first from Yell. And first and second for the Braves with 1 out. And here's Jonathan Vastine.
You knew that looping breaking ball was going to cause problems against a lefty, depending on where you started. If you start at the right point where it doesn't break down and hit them on the shoulder like it did to Eblin, and it's able to freeze them a little, it's a great pitch, but it comes with a risk and a reward.
Here's the lefty Vastine. First pitch, fastball just inside, almost clipping that front elbow. Count 1-0. Vastine walked in the first inning. First run that came in and scored on the wild pitch. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Big chance for the Braves. 1-0 to Vastine. Fastball outside, 2-0. Helps this lineup so much. Struggled early on in his stint with the Braves, but has since been consistently in that 2 spot and has been playing shortstop every day since getting here. 2-0 curveball at the knees, 2-1. Contreras still off second base, Eblin off first. Middle infield pinching. First baseman in Kent back at the bag. Yell set back to the stretch, glove of the belt. Here's the 2-1. Off speed once again. This one a little bit lower, count now 3-1. Derek Bender waits on deck. There was 1 pitch thrown to him from Paddock. That one hit him right in the knee. Yell set, fires on the 3-1 pitch. Fastball outside corner, a called strike. Vastine took a step to throw his bat to the side. He'll stay in the box, 3-2. One hit so far for the Braves on those 3 runs. Could be a big out number 2 here for Yell. Long look into the sign from White. Now sets his sights, bounces his front foot, highlight kick, the 3-2 pitch. This one, chop second base side, charging in is Maldonado. No play at second, fires to first, close call, Vastine. They got him by a step. Close call at the bag, Garcia said that Vastine was out. Bang, bang play at the bag, both runners advance. And here's Derek Bender with 2 away.
Carolina, number 44, Derek Bender.
Yeah, it was almost like a swinging bunt for Vastine with how far it traveled. And he's just got so much speed, makes every play close, and you're fortunate if you're Evelyn that that ball took a little bit to get to Maldonado, or there could have been.
First pitch to Bender. This one skied out to right field and towards the line. Cheating over his Casserole. He dives. He cannot make the play. 2 runs are scoring. Contranis and Evelyn. Derek Bender with a 2 RBI single with 2 away. The Bravos in front 5-0.
Well, that's exactly what you look for if you're born. Just get back on it, keep tacking on, and Derek Bender's done such a great job at working the ball the other way, just ground balls, and even there, a little late on a fastball, but he's just still able to get so much on it, tailing away from the right fielder, and Casarillo is going to be a tough play for him regardless.
2 outs. Here's a switch hitter, Caden Bodine. First pitch, stop foul. Hitting righty once again. He's 1 for 1, an RBI single in that first inning. Two-step lead for Bender off first base. Yellow pickover, almost caught Bender. Did he? No, he did not. Bender for a second froze and just got back in time. His lead was not too big there. Second time we've seen them taking a look at Bender at the bag. Bender now with 15 RBIs, a team leading. The 0-1 pitch, fastball outside, 1-1. Bender now leading in almost every single statistical category at the very moment. Home runs, he's in first. RBIs in first. Stolen bases in first. Average, he's second at the moment. And first as well in doubles. 1-1 pitch in there for a strike to Bodine. Count now 1-2. Yell looking to get out of the inning and keep it where it is now at 5-0. Bourne's been hot on the offensive side. Pick over to first before the 1-2. Bender just back safely. A good throw from Yell may have had Bender at the bag.
We've seen a lot of lefties with really strong pickoff moves, and for a team like Bourne that likes to be aggressive, it's a high-risk, high-reward combo.
Yell's 1-2. Chopper second base side. Charging in is Maldonado. He'll fire on to first. It's in time to end the inning. But not after a 2 RBI single from Derek Bender. Makes this game 5-0 Braves as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Here from Dorn Park on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Bryce Cunningham back on the bump as we head to the top of the third inning here from Dorn Park, and the Braves in full command. A 5-0 lead over the Chatham Anglers. We thank you for joining us on the Born Braves Broadcast Network. Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. 7-8-9 now due up for Chatham. They've gone down 1-2-3 in the second. 3 batters faced in the first as Casserole led off the game with a double. Something brewing for Chatham early, but then he was gunned at third from Caden Bodine. Caden Kent, Zach McDonald, and Derek Fabian, the 3 due up for Chatham. And right now, Matt, we talked about it a little bit during the break, and Chatham right now, their new manager at the helm in Marty Lees, saying that the goal for him is winning. How does he get this team to start to mesh together and kind of start a new run as a whole?
There's a lot of guys on this team that's been there for a minute. We've seen Casarilla and Maldonado, Hudson White, Miola, and pretty much every appearance or every time we've had the chance to see Chatham. So he's got guys in place who have been here and have seen the ups and downs with it. You know, there's not a whole lot of ways to really make teams gel together so well. It's a tough question to answer, really.
Here's the lefty, Caden Kent, Cunningham from the windup. First pitch fastball at the knees.
I think the biggest thing is just you got to create a welcoming environment across it all. You got to get and also you got to have someone that's going to step up and be that leader within the dugout. We saw that with Bourne, that tough start. Derek Bender came in, was just bringing energy every day.
0-1 pitch, check swing. And hold by umpire in Finn, so you went around. Count 0-2.
If you don't have someone that's going to step up, and it's tough when you don't have a player.
0-2 pitch, chopper right at shortstop. Vastine picks it up, and it took a weird hop. He leaped, he fired to first. It's in time. The elements can't fool Jonathan Vastine. Stays stellar at the shortstop position, 1 away.
That one's just a weird hop that you get when it catches the lip of the infield grass and the dirt. You're going to get that high hop, and we've seen Vastine's quick reflexes plenty of times.
Looked like just a routine play, but Vastine even makes it routine on a weird hop right on the lip of the infield. Now here's Zach McDonald. Quick out number 1 once again for Cunningham. First pitch, this one back in the zone on the off speed, and first pitch strikes have been the story for him as well. Back to the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Off speed, skied out towards right center field. Harrelson shading over towards the gap. Now takes a few steps back. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And back to winning and what Marty Lees wants to do for this team. Chatham as a whole, I think a big thing that it takes is just winning that first game and kind of staying consistent, getting on a win streak. Because only with 6 wins, Chatham hasn't shown they've been able to win 2 games in a row. Winning also just cures so much. Here's Derek Fabian, the shortstop. First pitch low from Cunningham. First ball of the inning, count 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one a liner to right field. This one going to drop down for a base hit. Hit number 2 for Chatham, the first for Derek Fabian here tonight. And that breaks up another 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Cunningham, a 2-out base runner. And back to the top of the order, it's Xavier Casarilla.
Now batting, the right fielder from Seminole State College, number 22.
Just a nice little hit there for Derek Fabian. He's been a really strong hitter for Chatham in just 5 games played so far this season. Coming in from Florida.
Here's Casarilla, Cunningham's first pitch. Fastball in there. Chatham sits 7 games back, and not as much as you would expect with their start at the very moment. A lot of work to do here tonight, trailing by 5. Cunningham's 0-1. A dribbler third base side towards the Bourne dugout. Almost hits our camera operator, Hazel Hallis. He ducked out of the way on the third base side. Casarilla digs back in. Cunningham looking for another quick inning here in the top of the third. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, a runner on. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside corner, called strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Bryce Cunningham here in the top of the third inning. 1 hit and no runs here in the top of the third for the Anglers. Bourne still in front, 5-0. More of their hot bats coming up here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The right fielder from the University of
5 runs for Bourne so far on the offensive side and looking for more as we enter the bottom of the third. There's Bryce Cunningham and Caden Bodine. Cunningham so far, 3 innings of work, no runs on 2 hits for the right-hander out of Vanderbilt. And Bodine, what a night so far. A put out behind the plate, RBI single as well. Here's the first pitch to Kendall Diggs. Fastball low. If you would guess Diggs' stat line at the exact moment, if you guessed 0 for 0 with a walk after 1 at-bat, you would be correct. Stranded at third in that first inning. 1-0 comes in, a called strike. 11 walks now for Kendall Diggs on his summer, and it's been a short stint with the Bravos. And the .222 hitting is not telling the whole story for Diggs. Yells 1-1, count now 2-1. Sam Peterson and Josh Kroeter-Grauer to follow in the Braves order. 2 hits so far for the Bravos on those 5 runs, but they've gotten some help from some tough pitching, and when they've been on third base, the wild pitches have scored 2. Yells 2-1 pitch, off speed, back in the zone, a called strike. Count even at 2s. A leadoff base runner in the second for the Braves. Looking for back-to-back right here. The southpaw fires. Ground ball, second base side. Maldonado, he'll pick it up. Fires to first, out number 1. Bourne can't get that second leadoff base runner. Sam Peterson looking to help them out. Bourne's had a base runner so far with either 1 or no outs. And Peterson got on in his last at-bat, was caught stealing at second in the first. The outfielder out of Iowa, batting .268, 3 RBIs and 9 stolen bases. If he got that 10th, it would have tied for top on the team. First pitch up. And Peterson once again wearing those golden yellow cleats, his Iowa helmet, all the stickers on the back for his hard work for the Hawkeyes. 1-0 pitch, fouled back. And Peterson's been that everyday outfielder as well, and Matt and I have talked about the High Sox situation and how far it goes back to Bourne kind of getting on a roll on a 13-1 win against Katuitt. The first time that Peterson brought those out. Said he would stick with it. 1-1 pitch, fouled first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he said if the good hitting continued, he'd continue to rock it. Says he's not a superstitious person, but said you can't ignore it when you play better with him.
And he's been playing good baseball, especially his base running. 1-2 pitch, just staying alive is Peterson. He had 4 stolen bases in 1 game against the Wareham Gatemen. That was when Bourne had 11 as a whole. That's a Cape League record and a record for the Bourne Braves. Top team all around on offense. Batting average of .270 and stolen bases. The 1-2 pitch, chopper towards shortstop, charging in his Fabian. Glove side into first, a stretch from Kent. It's in time. His foot just crawling off the bag. Got Peterson by a step. His helmet fell off as well. 2 away.
Now batting, the second baseman from Rutgers University, number 13, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer.
JKG now digs in for at-bat number 2. Kuroda-Grauer, his family in attendance here tonight. Batting .250, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases so far. First pitch, count 1-0. Has played a lot of second base, has been one of the everyday players, and his season started on the bench after game number 1, getting banged up on the hand. Yells 1-0 pitch. This one going to miss as well. But the leadership for JKG, an important part and a piece for the Braves, a part of that 2022 championship team. Yells 2-0. Goes to the off-speed. It will miss as well. Was with the Newport Goals of the NECBL for most of last summer. Was stellar in Rhode Island and brought that same talent here to the Cape. 3 balls, no strikes. Yells pitch. Went to the fastball. That one's in there. New Contratus waits on deck. Gage Harrelson to follow. And then the top of the order if it gets there for the Bravos. Yell a long look in. 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. Works it all the way back full. Not the start that Chatham wanted with Liam Paddock not even finishing the first inning, but Max Yell so far has been able to handle his zone. The payoff pitch, Corona Grauer smoking liner foul. Some oohs and ahs, this one to foul territory. One walk and hit by pitch surrendered so far from Yell. Looking to work out of this inning, force his first 1-2-3 for Chatham. The 3-2 off speed, this one's low, and JKG will take all the accessories off. He'll walk down to first base with a 2-out walk, and here comes New Contratus. Man, we talked about it, the accessories for Crota Grauer. Not a lot of guys in the Cape that wear as many accessories as him, but he makes it work better than anyone.
Yeah, he's got really good style, I'll be honest. You know, he's got a lot of it on, but it all just works.
Style's an important part of baseball. And, you know, a lot of people don't love that as a whole, but there's the saying, look good, feel good. First pitch to Contratus, fouled back.
Yeah, Deion Sanders said it. Look good, feel good, play good. Can't argue with it. Whatever gets someone playing good, you know. New, he rocks the single, like, shooter sleeve on his right arm.
Pick over to first, not in time.
He might have to. He does have a tattoo sleeve kind of on his arm. But that's also on his left arm, so.
And even the sliding glove that sticks out of your back pocket, small things like that. Here's the 0-1, pick over to first. Going to be a quick throw from Kent to second base. He got JKG in hot water. Second time that Chatham, the defense, has done that tonight. One base runner on one walk, no hits, and no runs here in the top of the fourth for the Braves. The Anglers, maybe some momentum. Top four coming up, and I'll send it over now to Matt Scalzo for play-by-play here on the Born Braves Broadcast Network.
Boys and girls ages 5 to 12 plus will offer a 1 week.
Welcome back to Dorn Park. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fairway Financial, a proud local sponsor for your Born Braves. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam, man. A happy Wednesday night to everyone. We thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful night for baseball as we enter into the top of the fourth. Aiden Miola fouls the first pitch off from Bryce Cunningham, and it's 0-1. It was right around 83 degrees first pitch. Sun was shining. Felt a little hotter than that, but temperatures have cooled down. A little more cloud cover as the sun slowly begins to set. The 0-1. Breaking ball drops to the inside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 to Miola, who struck out swinging his first time up against Cunningham. 2 strikeouts for Bryce Cunningham so far. He rocks and deals the 0-2. And there's number 3, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Miola is frozen, and there's 1 gone in the top of the fourth.
And you know when things are working for a starting pitcher when, you enter the fourth inning and that fastball is just being painted on that outer half. And another just great pitch there from Cunningham at 8 strikeouts in his last outing and piling those numbers up here.
Brings up Nolan Schubert, left fielder out of Oklahoma State. He's 0 for 1, a ground out to second his first time up. First pitch comes in, and it's outside. 1-0. Cunningham working with a lead. His offense put up 3 runs in the bottom of the first and 2 in the bottom of the second. 1-0. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 1-1. Cunningham working quickly here on the mound. He's already got his glove at his face, and he sets and deals the 1-1. Fastball is elevated outside, 2-1. The 2-1. This one skied out in the air. Center field. Harrelson ranging in towards the left center field gap. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Cunningham starting to get better command of the zone and also just letting his defense make plays. It's the third time that Chatham hitter has flown out to Gage Harrelson in center.
And quick outs for Cunningham, working so efficiently right now on the mound. Just so much working for him.
Lyle Miller-Green grounded out to New Contratus at third his first time up. Takes strike 1 on the fastball that catches the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Miller-Green coming off a 1-for-3 night at Harwich. The 0-1 is chopped off of home plate, and it's 0-2. That was the last game played for Chatham. It was on the 9th, 3 days ago. Already talked about the postponements they've had, only playing 2 full 9-inning games since the calendar turned to July. The 0-2 bounces in front of home plate, and it's 1-2.
And a lot of these guys just want to get those reps in at the very least, just playing baseball. And it's been very tough for them, fog and rain.
1-2. Called strike 3. Frozen is Miller-Green. The 3rd strikeout for Cunningham. That's by the looking variety. He's up to 4 total, and we head into the bottom of the 4th. Bourne in full command, up 5-0 over Chatham on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Doran Park here as we enter into the bottom of the 4th. New Contratus, Gage Harrelson, and Bryce Eblin due up for the Bravos here. Pat Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Happy to be with you here. Lefty and Max Yell coming out for another inning of work. First pitch to Contratus, fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. For Contratus, he's 0 for 0, walked and scored in the second. Part of a 2-run bottom of the second, made it 5-0 after 3 runs came to score in the bottom of the first for the Bravos. Bryce Cunningham, he's been dealing on the mound. 0-1. Breaking ball outside, and it's 1-1. Contrade still in search of his first hit, but he's put together some really good at-bats here for Bourne. Worked his third walk of the season. 1-1, misses inside and catches the foot of Contrades. He'll toss his stuff and head to first. So Contrades reaching for the second time tonight.
Now batting, the center fielder from Texas.
While he's still in search of his first hit, he's okay with heading down to first base once again. First time he's been hit by a pitch this season, and now he's on base, looking to steal his second bag on the night. Already has a pair on the summer as Gage Harrelson settles in. Hard hit line out for Harrelson. It's first time up to the shortstop in Fabian. First pitch, this one, it sneaks through on the left side of the infield. Harrelson jammed inside, drives it the other way. And just like that, Bourne has runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth.
And a big hit there for Gage after the line out in his last at-bat. Finally seen the ball better, and his parents here all the way from Georgia as well. We got to talk to them before, or in the middle of the fog delay during the Hyannis game, so just a nice sight there for Harrelson.
He's entered into a little bit of a slump, but that will get him going. Such a talented hitter coming off his freshman season at Texas Tech. Had 324 for the Red Raiders, had 45 RBIs. Bryce Eblin squares around a bunt, pulls back as the first pitch misses down low, and it's 1-0. Eblin in the top of the order due up now with runners on first and second, nobody out. Bourne looking to add on to their 5-0 lead. Eblin's 0 for 1, struck out looking his first time up and then was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the second. Infield pinching in just a tad. 1-0. Eblin ground ball first base side. It's gloved and stepped on first by Kent. He'll fire down to second. It's not in time. Both runners will advance. On the ground out from Eblin, puts them both in scoring position for Jonathan Vastine.
At the very least there for Eblin, he does his job moving over both runners and getting them to second and third, and had that hard ground ball there. Good play from Kent, just blocking that one, a chance to fire to second, just not in time.
Chatham looking to lessen the damage here. The entire infield from first to third crept up on the infield grass. First pitch to Vastine. Misses inside, and it's 1-0. Vastine 0 for 1. Walked and scored in the first, grounded out to Maldonado, back in the second. 1-0. Breaking ball, catches the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Harrelson at second, Contrades at third. Any ball to the outfield will score both, especially with Harrelson's speed over at second. The 1-1. Vastine pops it up right center field, deep enough as McDonald moves over. He makes the catch, tagging his Contrades, as is Harrelson. The relay throw over to third is cut off by Fabian. And Jonathan Vastine picks up his 14th RBI of the season, drives in Contrades, makes it 6-0 board, and now Jonathan Vastine leads the Braves in RBIs.
There's that RBI race as well, and Vastine just putting a ball in the air right there and doing his job exactly. Bourne just tacking onto that lead comfortably in front.
Brings up Derek Bender. Looking to tie Vastine for a team high if he's able to drive in Harrelson. The first pitch fastball misses down and into the right-handed hitter. It's 1-0. Harrelson 90 feet away from making it 7-0. Bourne looking for the extra point here at the bottom of the fourth. 1-0. Breaking ball hangs upstairs. 2-0 to Derek Bender. He's 1 for 1, a hit by a pitch and scored in the first, and picked up 2 RBIs on his single back in the second. The 2-0. Fastball inside, 3-0 to the first baseman. Bender's worked the ball well the other way towards right field. Big gap on the right side of the infield with Maldonado pinching towards second base. The 3-0, ground ball to the left side of the infield. Takes a strange hop. It's backhanded by Fabian. He fires on to first, and it's in time to end the inning. Bourne adds another on the sac fly from Jonathan Vastine. Makes it 6-0 Bravos as we head into the fifth on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Oh, Welcome back to Dorn Park. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Top of the fifth inning here from Dorn Park. Bryce Cunningham back on the mound. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 in the Chatham order, beginning with Chris Maldonado. Flew out to left field his first time up, and the first pitch to the righty is a breaking ball. Drops into the heart of the zone, and it's 0-1. Cunningham up to 4 strikeouts so far, 3 of which have been by the looking variety. 0-1. Fastball just dips low, and it's 1-1. Bourne added another on the sac fly from Jonathan Vastine. He now has 14 RBIs on the season. 1-1, breaking ball catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Still chasing Derek Bender, who added on to his RBI lead this season, now up to 15 after a 2 RBI single in the second. 1-2, strike 3 called. How about a 4th strikeout by the looking variety for Bryce Cunningham? Maldonado frozen on the breaking ball that paints the outside corner, and there's one gone in the top of the 5th.
And once again, just painting the outside corner is Cunningham with 2 strikes. That pitch is 92 miles per hour, almost just impossible to hit.
First pitch to Hudson White. Breaking ball loops outside. It's 1-0. 4 of the last 5 outs for Cunningham have been strikeouts, all of which have been looking. 1-0. Fastball is low. It's 2-0. 2-0. White ground ball left side of the infield. Hops up on Vastine. He gloves, fires to first, and he makes the play for the second out.
And Vastine helping out his Cape League teammate and teammate at Vanderbilt and as well there in Cunningham.
Now batting, the first baseman from Texas A&M.
And just quick outs here for Cunningham, just working so efficiently. And really just no doubt in the world for his defense and knowing how well Cunningham's pitching right now.
Those two looking to just better their connection when they head back for the spring. First pitch cut on and missed by Caden Kent. It's 0-1, and looking to just better their careers as a whole. Saw a lot of former Bravos and current Bravos from this summer hear their name called. The 0-1 ripped into right field. That will be a base hit for Caden Kent. And it's a 2-out single for the first baseman, puts a runner on base for the Anglers.
Really hard hit ball there from Kent, who's been seeing the ball well. Came into the game batting .305, and one of the better hitters on this team coming a little bit later on and getting some more at-bats has been Kent. But it's been Chatham with the 2-out base runner. It's tough to do when you're down 6-0.
Brings up Zach McDonald, just his first game of the season with the Anglers. First pitch takes outside, 1-0. He flew out to center field his last time up. Batted .257 with 13 home runs and 35 RBIs for the Red Hawks of Miami, Ohio this past spring. Taking his lead over at first is Kent in the 1-0. Popped up foul down the first base side, 1-1. McDonald fouls it off once more, and it's 1-2 with 2 outs.
Every base runner so far for Chatham outside of that leadoff base runner from Castorilla has just been 2 outs, the next guy going down.
See if Chatham can turn their favors here. The 1-2, check swing, drop third. He went around, and Bodine will fire down to first, and Cunningham's got his 6th strikeout of the night. Keeping these Chatham bats quiet as we head to the bottom of the 6th. But first, we head down to Allie Navarrete. Down on the field, she's got more on the Bravos that heard their names called during the MLB draft.
Thanks, guys. As our GM, Darren Weeks, told me earlier before the game, the road to the major leagues runs through Bourne, and that was definitely true in this year's MLB draft. 27 former Bourne Braves were selected as draft picks in this year's draft, including 4 from the 2023 roster: Joe Vygotsky, Logan Evans, Brett Callahan, and Matt Duffy. Duffy, an extra special one, as he was a 2022 champion with the Braves, came back this summer, was here for the first couple weeks, and he was selected by the Boston Red Sox. So a potential for a Fenway Duffy Day in the near future. We're so excited for all of these Bravos to take on the big leagues. Back to you guys when we come back.
Welcome back to Dorn Park. Reminder that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people. Proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. We head into the bottom of the 5th, where the Bourne offense has been firing on all cylinders. It's a 6-0 Braves lead over the Chatham Anglers. Max Yell still on the mound. They'll face 4, 5, and 6, beginning with Caden Bodine, and he fires a first pitch strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Bourne had 3 in the bottom of the first, 2 in the bottom of the second, and then added on 1 in the bottom of the 4th on the sac fly from Vastine. Bodine takes ball 1 inside on the fastball. It's 1-1. Kendall Diggs and Sam Peterson to follow after Bodine. Catcher added on to his RBI total tonight. Swings and misses on the 1-2. Or the 1-1. Now it's 1-2. An RBI single and scored in the first inning for Bodine. Grounded out to second his last time up. Facing the lefty in Yell. Stands in the righty's batter's box. The 1-2. Bodine clips it foul. Count will stay where it is.
And his swing so smooth from both sides of the plate and just so level, a lot of line drives for Bodine.
The 1-2. Line drive, right field. That'll be a base hit right on cue for Cam. Caden Bodine begins the bottom of the 5th with a leadoff single. It's the second leadoff hitter to reach, or the third rather, to reach base here tonight for the Bravos.
And Bodine there, 2 strikes as an off-speed pitch, waiting back long enough, and very good swing right to right field. Another leadoff base runner for the Braves, and just continuing to tack on and find ways to get on Yell.
Brings up Kendall Diggs. He's 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out his 2 times up. First pitch fastball catches the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1 to the lefty out of Arkansas. Bodine takes a 2-step lead off first. He's held on to by Kent. The 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner. It's painted, and it's 0-2. As we've talked about for Diggs, has a low batting average, but his on-base percentage up over 500. He's been an on-base machine. 11 walks, 3 hit by pitches, just 9 strikeouts. He's also been intentionally walked twice. For the 0-2, snap throw over to first from Yell. Back standing is Bodine. Diggs just waiting for the moment when his bat's able to break through here. Had such a productive spring with the Razorbacks. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fooled on the breaking ball. First out and first strikeout for Max Yell.
And a nice job there for Yell, and it's not been the outing that he's expected out of the bullpen and having to come in very early, but he's been able to put batters down after a tough at-bat, and that's really good right there. A leadoff base runner in Bodine, another rally starting, puts down Diggs.
Sam Peterson swings on the first pitch, line drive into left field. Puts runners on first and second with one out. Sam Peterson wasting no time.
And Peterson saw something he wanted from the on-deck circle and reading Yell. And Yell's gotten a lot of first-pitch fastballs, and a few of them have been for strikes, few have not. But Peterson there saying, hey, if this one's going to be a strike, I'm being aggressive first pitch, and got one right there low and inside and just turned on it.
Peterson reaching base for the second time tonight, a walk and now a single. Brings up JKG, Josh Kuroda-Grauer. He's 0 for 1. Also walked his last time up. Peterson off first, Bodine off second. First pitch, breaking ball. Down to the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Kuroda-Grauer looking for his 4th RBI. Bodine in scoring position. The 0-1. Fastball line towards second base. Nice play by Maldonado. Flips to second for one. On to first. It's a double play, and the inning is over for Bourne. A silky smooth 4-6-3 double play sends us to the top of the 6th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Dorn Park on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network, brought to you by Convention Data Services, or CDS, a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Into the top of the 6th, we head here at Dorn Park. Bryce Cunningham on the mound. Already has his longest start of the season, going 5, and he faces 9-1-2 here in the Chatham order. Fires the first pitch strike to Derek Fabian, and it's 0-1. Fabian's 1 for 1, singled back in the 3rd. The 0-1. Another fastball, and it's another strike. It's quickly 0-2. Fabian, just his 6th game played, and has had a solid start. Has the bright pink bat, 0-2. This one's driven out deep towards left field. Long run for Peterson. Going back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Derek Fabian puts Chatham on the board. His first home run of the season. It's a solo shot to left center. 95 off the bat and just gets over, going 381. Makes it 6-1 in favor of Bourne, and Derek Fabian continues to swing a hot piece of lumber. He's now 2 for 2 on the night. And now it's back to the top of the order with Xavier Casarilla. Swings on the first pitch. He lines it foul down the right field line, and it's 0-1. Seeing some movement now in the Bourne bullpen. See who's getting loose. 0-1 line drive down the left field line, and it's fair, and he'll skirt into the corner. Casarilla turning and burning on his way to second. Peterson will field fire into second. It's a stand-up double for Xavier. Casarilla puts a man on second, and the Chatham Bats starting to find a groove here. They now have their 5th hit of the night.
And something now brewing for Chatham. And not too late now. Casarilla's seen the ball well. We saw the home run shot as well for the Anglers. Not a team that's done a lot with the long ball here, but solid start here to the top of the 6th.
Brings up Aiden Miola. He struck out both times against Cunningham. First pitch breaking ball. It's inside for ball 1. The 1-0. This one hits Miola straight on the back. You could hear the thud off the fastball. Puts runners on first and second with nobody out here. Chatham, as Cam said, starting to get something working here in the top of the 6th.
And the start so far for Cunningham has been so stellar. He has had everything working, and you don't want to let that one home run, that one run right now with a 5-run lead, ruin everything that you've done so far in this outing. So looking to bear down here, keep the ball low, double play intact, and let your defense work.
Jonathan Vastine, the Vanderbilt teammate of Cunningham, goes out to chat with him on the mound, make sure everything's working for him. Brings up Nolan Schubert, also 0 for 2, but a big spot here looking to cut into this Bourne lead. First pitch fastball down and in, and it's 1-0. Up and getting loose in the bullpen is the righty Max LeBlanc. Just joined Bourne not too long ago out of UMass Amherst. 1-0. Breaking ball misses low. It's 2-0. The 2-0. Fastball bounces in. Now it's 3-0.
And already warming up in the bullpen for the Braves. And, you have that cushion right now. And you're going to give Cunningham, looks like that leash. But got to be certain right now as Bodine walks out to the mound how long he can go. And is it the fatigue right now that's fading, or is it just the situation after the home run?
They was seen a couple times at Vanderbilt when Cunningham got off to a good start. Then that one hit happens and he loses a little control. We haven't seen it cost him tonight. In the first, the third, and the 5th, he gave up a hit, just a single base knock. Casarilla led off the game with a single he was caught stealing. But after that, Cunningham really settled in. This is the first bit of trouble we've truly seen him in. Just at 73 pitches as it stands right now. The 3-0, fouled straight back from Schubert. Cunningham back in the count. It's 3-1.
And just a gapper right here from Schubert can do wonders for Chatham. And they're looking for some spark on offense. They've gotten that home run. Can they have it roll over and keep this train rolling?
3-1. Fouled off by Schubert. We'll go again. Here it's 3-2 now. Cunningham just looking for one more. Get back in it. Get out on the board. From the stretch, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Schubert. And there's a big 7th strikeout for Bryce Cunningham.
Great pitch once again. That fastball working away from the hitter. And, it's been a lot of looking strikeouts. That one a little bit out of the zone. But as a hitter, you're taught with 2 strikes to kind of just keep it alive. And Schubert was doing that a lot, that at-bat. Just couldn't get it there.
3 swinging strikeouts and 4 looking strikeouts for Cunningham. And a big cut and miss by Lyle Miller-Green. It's quickly 0-1. Cunningham seeming to settle back in here, finding his command once more. Big righty and Lyle Miller-Green. He's 0 for 2. The 0-1. This one's driven out towards left field over the head of Vastine and down. Getting the green light is Casarilla. The throw from Peterson is not in time. Bodine had to pop up, and it popped out of his glove as Casarilla slid under safely. And it's an RBI single for Lyle Miller-Green. Cuts the deficit down to 4 and puts runners on the corners with 1 out.
And a good hit ball there for Miller-Green. Didn't get all of it, just looped it over into left field just enough, and a good aggressive send around third base there to bring in the run from Casarilla. And that throw from Peterson, a good throw, just a little bit high, was going to be late either way. But Peterson, a strong throw. He's shown that arm from the outfield, has shown it a lot from center as well.
Now a 6-2 Bourne lead. Miller-Green with his 10th RBI in the season. Puts runners on the corners. Miola went first to third there. First pitch swing for Maldonado. He fouls it back, and it's 0-1. That pitch to Miller-Green was just jammed inside, and he did just enough to get it out into shallow left center field. Chatham looking to continue this rally. Came into the inning trailing by 6, now down just by 4. Saw a nice double play turned in the bottom of the 5th. 0-1, Maldonado skies us in the air into shallow left center field. Peterson rushing in, hustling, and he drops the ball. Coming in to score comes Miola. Out on the play is Miller-Green, but Chatham adds one more. Makes it 6-3 on the error from Peterson.
Now batting, the catcher.
Yeah, Peterson there sprinted in with him, Harrelson, and Vastine, called it off at the last second, and then looked at the runner on third and Miola, and knew it was going to have to be one of those bang-bang plays. May was going to tag, and Peterson just didn't get that exchange in time, didn't watch that ball fully in, was too worried about the throw before that catch, and costed them there, and Chatham now has something brewing.
First pitch to Hudson White. Fastball is low, it's 1-0. White fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Been a great start for Cunningham up until this inning, and that one not solely on him. Peterson secures that. I don't think Miola would tag. The 1-1. Fastball down the heart of the zone. It's 1-2.
And would have been close, and the way that Miola's body language was looking like didn't look like he was exactly going to tag, because that ball was pretty shallow left center field, but Peterson just caught off guard.
The 1-2. White clips it back, and we'll go again on another 1-2.
But something good here for Chatham, and now leading in the hits department with 6, driving in their run, showing the long ball. This game not over yet, and the Anglers starting to crawl back. The question, can they get that help from the pitching as this game goes on?
The 1-2. White takes it low. Nice block from Bodine. Count moves to 2-2 with 2 outs. A 3 spot here for Chatham in the top of the 6th. Two. White turns on it, lifts it into left field. Peterson taking a few steps back, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out. Chatham puts up a trio of runs as we head into the bottom of the 6th. They cut the deficit down to 3 here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Doran Park for the bottom of the sixth, new Contrades to lead off against the new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Anglers, Trey Gibson, out of Liberty, making his fifth appearance of the summer. He's 0-2 with a 13.50 ERA in 10 innings of work, has allowed 7 hits, has struck out 12 and walked 8. First pitch to Contrades, fastball zips upstairs, and it's 1-0. Contrades is still 0 for 0, but he's walked and been hit by a pitch. He's scored on both occasions. The 1-0 from the righty. Contrades lines this down the left field line, and it'll drop in for his first hit as a Brave. It's a leadoff single for new Contrades, and he's reached base for the third time tonight.
And there it is for Contrades. We knew that time was coming for him to get his first hit, and he's had a lot of good at-bats. He's walked a few times. He's been on base. As Matt mentioned, he scored twice tonight. And he got that pitch, and Bourne right now, first pitch swinging early on in at-bats. Contrades showing it there once again.
It's the fourth leadoff base runner for Bourne, and 3 of them have been Contrades. He's led off in the second, the fourth, and now the sixth, all of which he's reached base safely. Gage Harrelson, first pitch swinging. It's a check swing that rockets foul towards the Bourne dugout. Count moves to 0-1. Harrelson's 1 for 2. Lined out on a hard hit line drive. Nice play by Fabian, and then picked up a single his last time up, also to left field. Snap throw to first from Gibson. Contrades with a head first dive back in safely. Concludes the night for Max Yell. Goes 4 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, struck out 1 and walked a pair. 0-1 breaking ball. This is outside, and it's 1-1. Not the first time these Bourne hitters have seen Gibson. Pitched in on the 19th. Still new for a lot of these hitters. First time that Contrades had seen him. 1-1. Fastball catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-2. That was at Veterans Field. It was the first meeting between these two. 11-1 win in favor of Bourne. Gibson went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 4 and walked 3. The 1-2. Harrelson fouls it straight back on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Gibson. The count stays where it is at 1-2. Eblin to follow after Harrelson. Contrades takes his 2-3-step lead over at first, held on to by Kent. Gibson sets the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Harrelson down on strikes. Gibson with his first strikeout on the fastball, and there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th.
And he's a tall, hard-throwing righty. That fastball at 92, and just too late there was Harrelson. And for Gibson, it's been a lot of good strikeout numbers. He's lost the control, and he's been tough in a lot of jams, a lot of tough outings for him, but strikeouts have been there.
Brings up Bryce Eblin. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout hit by a pitch and a ground out for him tonight. Contrades going. First pitch high and inside. The throw down from White is not in time. Contrades moves around the tag from Fabian, and he picks up his second stolen base of the night, 3rd on the summer.
Yeah, the throw was there by a mile, and Gibson even pointed at his catcher in White before that throw was even caught over there at shortstop. But Contrades just looks like, I guess, swimming around towards the right side of that tag, and tough there for Chatham. Could have been a big out number 2.
Contrades even came off the bag, but Fabian was in such disbelief, he just shrugged his shoulders and gave Contrades a chance to scurry back to second. 1-0. Breaking ball is low to Eblin. It's 2-0. Bourne looking to answer back from the 3 runs that Chatham put up in the top of the 6th, highlighted by the leadoff solo home run for Derek Fabian to begin the inning. And then it was an RBI single for Lyle Miller Green. The 2-0 sliced the other way. It will drop foul down the left field line. From Eblin, it's 2-1.
And for Eblin, you're waiting for him to get back on track. Has been trusted to be in this leadoff spot a lot, and he gets on base and is always a tough out. It's just been a lot of unlucky outs. He had a hard ground ball first base side in the fourth inning on a 3 unassisted and hit by a pitch in between the strikeout as well.
The 2-1. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. It's 2-2 to Eblin. Vastine is on deck, and then Derek Bender waits in the hole if it gets to him. Contrades off second. Gibson looking for his sign. He's got his sign from White. Sets from the stretch. First base side of the rubber, the 2-2. Outside, good block by White. Sliding to his left to make the stop, and the count runs full to Eblin.
And before that pitch from Gibson, he shook off 3 signs and decided to go to that off speed once again. You wonder if he just comes to the fastball here in the 3-2.
They got Harrelson. We'll see what he does here with Eblin. Payoff pitch. That fastball jammed inside, looping fly ball. Ranging back to make the play is Fabian, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
He went to that fastball, jammed inside, and Eblin was late on it the whole entire way. Couldn't get that looping hit. And a nice out number 2 for Gibson, looking to just keep it where it is at a 3-run game and let the Chatham offense continue to rise.
Looks like it will be the new pitcher and Max LeBlanc, to come out of the bullpen. Vastine. First pitch to him is a breaking ball. Sails upstairs. It's 1-0. Vastine picked up an RBI on a sac fly his last time up. 1-0. He clips it foul down the third base side. It's 1-1. Contrades takes his lead over at second. Fabian shadowing right behind him. 1-1. Fastball. Right down the chute, 1-2. Gibson sets the 1-2 to Vastine. Drives it the other way, and this will sail out of play down the left field line. We'll go again on another 1-2.
And Vastine does such a great job at spoiling pitches, especially on 2 strikes, and that fastball upstairs, very similar to his first home run here against Harwich, just a 2-strike pitch going to left field and spoiling a fastball upstairs once again.
Gibson looking for his second strikeout. Contrades off second, the 1-2. And Vastine spoils with another foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. Vastine's done such a good job at battling. See his stats entering today. RBI total has gone up. Now up to 14 after a sac fly. That drove in Contrades. The 1-2 bounces in front of home plate. Contrades darting for third. The throw from White. On the money. Contrades out by a mile. That will end the inning. Getting a little aggressive on the base pass. Doesn't work in his favor this time. We'll head into the 7th. Momentum starting to swing in Chatham's favor. I'll hand play-by-play off to Cam when we come back here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The night for Bryce Cunningham comes to a close. We head to the top of the 7th inning here from Dorn Park, and your new pitcher, Max LeBlanc. Max LeBlanc came from the Worcester Bravehearts in the Futures League this summer, and a 3.0 and a 1.20 ERA was his stat line this summer. 6 games started for the righty out of UMass Amherst, and on 30 innings, 44 strikeouts to 12 walks. He'll replace Cunningham, who went 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, had no walks, and 7 strikeouts. We thank you for joining us once again on the Born Braves Broadcast Network. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. A 6-3 lead for the Braves. LeBlanc, the righty, will get set. He'll face 7, 8, 9, Caden Kent, Zach McDonald, and Derek Fabian. First appearance here for the Braves is LeBlanc. From the stretch, the highlight kick. First pitch fastball, fouled, third base side. At UMass, a 4.55 ERA. 27 and 2/3 innings pitched for the right-hander. And the walks were not a problem once again over there at UMass. 17 walks to 33 strikeouts. Fires in the 0-1, changeup low, count 1-1. But his season this summer so far for Worcester, a 1.20 ERA, go from 44 strikeouts to 12 walks. There's a reason he's here now on the Cape for the Braves. And Bourne desperate in pitching. 1-1 pitch, off-speed low, 2-1. Not from the standpoint of talent. The pitchers that the Braves have been pitching so well. It just comes down to a depth thing. And Bourne at one point only having 9 pitchers on the roster, so LeBlanc can help them out a lot. Fires on the 2-1 pitch, check swing from the hitter in Kent, and the home plate umpire in Finn said he went around. Count 2-2. Kent 1 for 2, singled back in the 5th inning, grounded out in the 3rd. 3 runs in the top half of the 6th for Chatham after the solo home run from Derek Fabian. They went on a roll, only trailing by 3. LeBlanc looking to put the first batter down. It's 2-2. Fastball misses up and away. Full count. The Anglers with 6 wins, 2-9 on the road. Their bright spot's been at home, 4-5-1, but looking for a bounce-back win here today after the loss against Harwich. 3-2 pitch, scorched first base side, down the line for a base hit. Kent takes the turn at first base, Bender's on the ground. Diggs picks it up in the corner in right field, and standing at second base is Caden Kent. His second hit of the night for the Anglers, their 7th overall. He's 2 for 3 and a leadoff base runner for Chatham.
Now batting, the center fielder from the University of Miami, number 8.
And Kent's been the bright spot for the Anglers, batting .305 coming into this game. And just sent a missile down the line, past the glove of Bender, who was diving. Diggs picked it up quickly in the corner. And now here's Zach McDonald. McDonald 0 for 2. One of the strikeouts from Cunningham. LeBlanc set, back to the stretch. Changeup comes in, called strike of the knees, 0-1. First game for McDonald, still in search of his first hit and his first time on base. Tying run in the on-deck circle for Chatham. They've crawled back down 6-0. LeBlanc will look at second base. Now takes a second look, glove of the belt. 0-1 pitch, fastball, clipped foul, behind home plate. And back to Chatham, and they're tough July so far. 5 postponements in July. 2 full games, 1 ended in 6 innings. And when we say they've barely played baseball, they really just have not played at all so far in July. 0-2 pitch, this one a high drive towards center field. Harrelson going back towards the warning track at the wall, and this ball is out of here. Zach McDonald cuts the Bourne lead to 1 on the 2-run home run. Right on cue, his first hit with the Anglers is a blast to dead center field.
Now batting, the shortstop from the University of Florida, number 3, Derek Fabian.
5 runs on the board for Chatham. And Derek Fabian, who had the solo home run in the 6th to get the scoring going, digs in with no outs here in the top of the 7th. First pitch, wave and a miss. Not the start that Max LeBlanc wants on his stint with the Braves. A double and a home run. And McDonald sent that drive to center field. The 0-1 to Fabian, elevated fastball, same result, wave and a miss. 402 feet and 101 off the bat there for McDonald. And first time we've seen a dead center home run this summer at Dorn Park. LeBlanc set the 0-2 pitch. This one line left center field. It's in the gap, and it's a base hit. Harrelson will cut it off. And Derek Fabian, 3 for 3 here tonight. Chatham not going away. Top of the order now for the Anglers, it's Xavier Casarilla. He's 2 for 3. Led off the game with a double. Singleton scored back in the 6th. Go-ahead run in the batter's box just like that for the Anglers. Third baseman in Contreras is in. First baseman in Bender holding on the runner in Fabian. First pitch, off speed, called strike of the knees from LeBlanc. And the Anglers on a day where Tom Holliday was relieved of his duties as manager due to health issues on a very tough day. Also down 6-0. Now crawling back, the resilience for Chatham on full display. 0-1 pitch, blocked from Bodine on the breaking ball. Count 1-1. That 6th inning was the 3 runs for the Anglers. Give them 2 so far here in the top of the 7th. Bourne has not scored all the way back since the 4th. They got 1. It was 5 runs in the first 2 innings for the Braves. Casarilla, the righty back in the box. LeBlanc's 1-1. This one driven to left center field once again. Peterson comes in. He'll cut it off and make the catch in the gap for a big out number 1 here in the top of the 7th to put down the leadoff hitter in Casarilla.
Not the outing LeBlanc would have wanted out of the bullpen. He's coming off a strong summer where he's had command with the Worcester Bravehearts in the Futures League and even had a strong spring with UMass. You just got to settle back in here. Get back to your ways.
Here's the righty, Aiden Miola. First pitch, fastball on the inner half, a called strike. Miola 0 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th inning to Bryce Cunningham. 2-step lead at first base for Fabian. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. LeBlanc back to the stretch, high leg kick. 0-1 pitch, wave and a miss. Runner is going. Bodine with no throw. And this one was just right in front of Bodine, blocked it. That's the smart thing there, not letting Fabian advance another bag. But a stolen base for Fabian, who's having a stellar night for Chatham. 3 for 3. That solo home run, and that single here in the stolen base. No balls, 2 strikes here to Miola. LeBlanc looking for out number 2. JKG at second base holding on the runner. 2-step lead once again for Fabian. 0-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Went to the upstairs heater, 2 away. Nolan Schubert will now come to the plate. Tying run still on the base paths for Chatham. The go-ahead, the lefty in the box. And very similar to that Hyannis game for the Braves. Up 4-0 entering the 6th. And a huge inning on 3 home runs for them. Kind of one of the similar scenarios here. The starting pitcher comes out for Bourne and the reliever struggling. First pitch to Schubert. Swing and a miss. Just way behind that heater from LeBlanc. Schubert 0 for 3, struck out back in the 6th inning. That was one of the 7 strikeouts for Cunningham. LeBlanc, a long look in once again, leaning over for the sign. 2-step lead at second is Fabian. Schubert waits his bat once again. LeBlanc, a look at second base, takes a second look, and time called. And it looks like it's going to be a pitch clock violation against LeBlanc. We did a lot of time right there. And the difference now in baseball with the pitch clock violation, batters don't really call time as much in the box to ruin the rhythm of the hitter because of that pitch clock violation that's against the guy on the bump. Now LeBlanc's 1-1 pitch, heater upstairs, 2-1.
Yeah, as you said, very rarely you're going to see a batter now call time. We've seen it a handful of times, but they know they just kind of have their own little way to stay loose, and then when they see the pitcher get set, they get ready to go as well.
LeBlanc, the high leg kick, 2-1 pitch. This one just fouled and clipped off the netting on the third base side from Schubert. Count now 2-2. A chance here for LeBlanc to get out of this top of the 7th inning. Keep it where it is. The Anglers coming all the way back, not going away here on the road. Just their 22nd game of the summer. A base hit could tie this game up at 6. The 2-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Max LeBlanc. And bouncing back after a double, a 2-run home run from Zach McDonald. And Chatham has cut the Bourne lead to 1. It's 6-5 here from Dorn Park, and we have a fun segment now on the field. It's Darren Weeks, our GM, and Allie Navarrete. A little interview here between innings. Allie?
Thanks, guys. For the first time this season, I'm joined with a special guest on the sideline. I'm here with Bourne Braves General Manager Darren Weeks. Darren, thank you for coming down here.
Thank you, Allie. I appreciate it. It's been great to be on.
So glad to have you down here. I know you're a big Civil War history guy. Anyone who follows you on Twitter, any sort of social media knows that. But you've also been here since 2007, so let's talk about some Bourne Braves history, specifically the draft. How cool has it been in all these years to watch guys come in, come out, and go to the big leagues?
Well, to be honest, draft day here is like Christmas Eve for us because we get to sit back and watch these kids we kind of watch in our league get drafted, fulfill their dreams. You know, we saw 27 kids get drafted, which was fantastic. Matt Shaw texted me thanking us for what we did for him last year. Then that's the best part. Then you get to watch him progress through the league. You get to see guys like Pete Alonso in the home run derby. Remember them getting drafted. So really, it's kind of almost a culmination of all the work that we do and the work they do to get them to the draft day. It's just great. You almost feel like you're reliving their dream too, because you know what they feel and you know all the effort they put into it, and we just can't be happier for all the guys.
You were also here for both Bourne championships, but specifically want to talk about last year's. How special was that in 2022?
To beat Brewster exactly one calendar year to the date on the same field that we lost the previous year, it was justification. The world was back to normal again. We have a great rivalry with Brewster. I respect the heck out of all those guys over there. Ned Monty's a great GM. But it was great. We were so close that year before. We were so close in 2017 against Brewster. So to finally come over that hump last year was like a day. It's hard to imagine the feeling that it was. It was a great night. It was a tough morning the next morning, Allie, not gonna lie to you, but it was a lot of fun that night.
And how are you feeling about this 2023 squad?
It's great. We're out here watching baseball in the Cape. These guys are coming together. Today's the final deadline for the roster, so a lot of the guys here should be here for the rest of the summer now. So that parade of faces should be slowing down a little bit. But I like the team. I like the way they're coming. They're a fun group. They're gritty. Pitching's coming along, and they're starting to gel. So I think hopefully, God willing, we'll be ready to go back again to the finals again this year for the third straight year. So we'll see what happens, unless you somehow mess it all up. But we'll do our best. We'll try our best. If you do your best. How's that?
Awesome. Sounds good. I think we can make that happen. Thank you, Darren, so much. We'll go back to Cam and Matt.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Allie. Darren, always a fun guy to talk to, but right before the game started, he's always up here in the press box, always having some laughs, and a very good guy to have around, and all the thanks to him for the help that he does with the interns here for the Braves, Matt and I, Allie, our producer Ryan, and everyone involved. And a very funny interview, so Matt and I can't hear it exactly from up here, but just by the looks of it, we're even giggling just knowing what Darren could be saying. New pitcher on the mound, back to the game here. It's Jack Brodsky. The right-hander out of Tampa. He'll face 2, 3, 4 in the Bourne order. Here's the lefty, Jonathan Vastine. First pitch, pop foul, third base side. Brodsky, his fourth appearance, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, no walks. He pitched 1 inning against Bourne back on June 28th. And it was 1 hit and 3 strikeouts to end that inning. He's back to the stretch. High leg kick, foul, third base side towards concessions once again from Vastine. Count quickly 0-2.
Yeah, Darren's a very fun person to be around. Keeps things loose, like you said, and if you're a history buff, I mean, you and Darren might talk forever.
Brodsky, a long look in. The 0-2 to Vastine. Fastball going to miss up and outside. Darren has a Civil War podcast, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's
Yes.
the war that he's very experienced about, and we're not joking around. He's an absolute guru with Civil War facts. 1-2 pitch, off speed, low and inside. Count knotted at 2s.
It was down in Gettysburg recently. I think if he was here while my dad was here and those two got talking about Civil War, Gettysburg, I mean, they would have gone on for hours. They would have hit it off for sure.
Brodsky looking to put the first batter down he sees. 2-2 to Vastine, fouled straight back. He's been here since 2007, talking to Darren before the game, and Big fan of the Bourne Braves. Has been here through 2 championship titles, 2009 and last summer in 2022. Vastine back in the box. Long at bat so far. Brodsky's 2-2. This one chopped first base side. It will trickle foul. We'll do it again. Chatham now only trailing by 1. 3 runs in the top of the 6th, 2 more in the top of the 7th. 2 home runs for Chatham, 1 being on the 2-run shot, and a solo home run as well from Derek Fabian. And they crawl all the way back. They were down 6-0 entering that 6th inning. Here's the 2-2 once again. This one clipped third base side, and a leaping Miola makes the catch at the hot corner. Aiden Miola went jump man right in the air for a quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 44, Derek Bender.
That one from Vastine, not hit all that hard, but Miola still off having to have those quick reactions, and he makes a nice play. Bourne right now, they need a spark. You're still in the lead here, but now it's gotten a little too close for comfort, and you want to be able to bounce back, get 1 run back in some capacity to stretch this lead.
First pitch to the righty, Derek Bender. Fastball up and in, 1-0.
Brodsky's a good pitcher. He works with that fastball and that off speed. The fastball's in that 93, 94 mile an hour area. Off speed, about that 85, 86.
That last one at 94. Sets up here, fires on the 1-0 pitch. Fastball comes in, inner half, a called strike. Bender 1 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored in the first, a 2 RBI single in the second. 15 RBIs now in the season for Bender, team leading. Brodsky gloved the belt. The 1-1 pitch. This one, ground ball, second base side, ranging over is Maldonado. He'll make a glove play, ranging to his left, fires to first. It's in time for out number 2. And so far, Brodsky giving Chatham exactly what they want out of the bullpen as Caden Bodine comes to the plate.
Now batting, the catcher from Coastal Carolina, number 45, Caden
And for
Bodine.
Chatham, Brodsky hasn't gone long in any of his stints. I think the longest he's gone this whole summer is 1 1/3 innings. With no activity in the bullpen, I wouldn't be shocked if they're comfortable leaving him out there for the rest of the game, depending if they take the lead, of course, too.
Here's Caden Bodine. He'll bat left for the first time against the righty. First pitch, off-speed strike, 0-1. And the way that Brodsky's pitched, as Matt mentioned, those 3 outings, yet to have an earned run, only 1 hit. You wonder why he's not been seen more. And only a short stint so far with Chatham as the 0-1 comes in outside 1-0. His first start on the 25th, so has not been here for too long with the Anglers. But with a struggling pitching staff, and Matt talked about no one warming up in the bullpen, maybe that longer outing coming for Brodsky. Highlight kick is 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, 2-1.
And the strikeout numbers have been there for him. He's gotten, I think he had 2 strikeouts his last time out, 3 against Bourne. Could be a pitch count thing with Tampa, but he's got a lot of good stuff for him.
Gets set, the 2-1 pitch. Bodine pops it up third base side. Miola and Fabian going back. Fabian at shortstop, he'll call him off on the foul line to make the catch. So a 1-2-3 inning for Jack Brodsky out of the bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Chatham, some momentum on their side. They only trail by 1. We head to the top of the 8th here from Dorn Park on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Chatham only trails by 1 against the Braves as we head to the top of the 8th inning here from Dorn Park. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. It's been a good one so far. Bourne was in full command to begin this game, but Chatham with 5 runs in their last 2 innings at the plate. They make it a 1-run game. The new pitcher is Brady Afton on the mound. The night comes to the close for Max LeBlanc. Afton, the right-hander out of UConn, has been so good so far for the Braves. 2-0 with 3 ERA. His 5th appearance coming up, 6 innings, 3 walks, and 6 hits. His last appearance, he got the win against Brewster. 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, and 3 strikeouts for Afton. And in a big spot right here, the Chatham offense coming alive. He's looking to dwell down what they've brought to the table. A few home runs, some RBI singles, and they've made this a baseball game. It'll be 4, 5, 6, Lyle Miller Green, Chris Maldonado, and Hudson White, the 3 that are due up. And when Afton was warming up before Bodine came back behind home plate to do the catching, it was Jared Saltalamakia catching for Afton, and Matt and I were talking. Matt knowing him that he's a Red Sox fan, so must be a pretty full circle experience to be doing a bullpen with Saltalamakia. First pitch, popped up first base side out of play. And a fan caught that ball. You see it on the screen. Chatham fan making the catch. Brought his glove. Smart decision.
Always a good move.
We've seen a lot of the barehanded plays and sometimes no plays being made, just getting hit with foul balls. 0-1 pitch from Afton. Waving a miss. To the knees is Miller Green. Count 0-2. Miller Green 1 for 3, singled back in the 6th inning. It's been the leadoff base runners 2 for Chatham. 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th to produce those runs. Afton, 0-2 pitch, scorcher, left field, base hit. Lyle Miller Green, back-to-back hits for the DH. And another leadoff base runner for the Anglers. And if consistency and fate stays true for Chatham, they can tie up this game.
Number 2, Chris Maldonado.
Yeah, it's an off-speed from Afton that's left down and in. Miller Green keeps his hands in. Just able to pull it down the line between that 5-6 hole.
Here's the second baseman, Chris Maldonado. Middle infield pitching here for Bourne. Afton from the stretch. Maldonado shows bunt, pulls back. It's not going to matter. A called strike on the 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Miller Green came into the game batting .294, back-to-back singles. He has a 2-step lead off first base, Bender holding him on. Afton back to the stretch, long look into the sign. A look at first base, now Bender off the bag, showing bunt once again, popped up behind home plate. Bender and Contreras at the corners came crashing. That bunt now off the table here for Maldonado on an 0-2 count. Double play chance here for the Braves, and Vastine and JKG turn it better than anyone. Outfield and straightaway depth. Harrelson a few steps to his right towards left center field. Afton set once again. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, just outside. Count 1-2. Maldonado reached on an E7 in the 6th inning. That was a fly ball to Peterson that brought in a run. Peterson just turned into that throw towards home a little bit too early. After a look at first base. Now the 1-2. Fastball, outer half, it's going to miss. Count even at 2s. Maldonado takes a look down the third base line. You wonder if Miller Green's in motion here, that tying run. Bender still holding on the runner. Afton, glove back at the belt. Highlight kick 2-2 pitch. This one, waving a miss. Looks like it hit the batter as well for Maldonado. And the umpire and Finn coming out, talking to Afton. And now Scott Landers coming out. Looks like the call might have been a foul ball, but either way, the at-bat should go on in a 2-2 count. It did hit him, but he was swinging the whole entire way.
Yeah, I think they're trying to determine if that hit bat or body.
Because if it didn't hit bat, it's strike 3.
It did hit him, but he went around, so that that makes it all regardless. Whether it hit him or not, he went fully around.
So the batter is out in Maldonado. First strikeout for Brady Afton. And a weird spot right there. Maldonado just not reading that pitch. He got hit with it, but was swinging the whole way on that off speed on the inner half. And with one away, here comes the catcher, Hudson White.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been sitting fastball and was ready for that pitch and just was swinging regardless. And, I mean, that was missing inside the whole way.
Hudson White, the wide righty stance. Afton set with one away. First pitch, fastball low and outside, a called strike. Just an odd pitch there from Maldonado, and you wonder if he was just saying to himself, I'm swinging the whole way on the two-strike pitch, or just did not read it off the hand from Afton. Two-step lead for Miller Green, one away. Afton a look at first, takes a second look. Highlight kick, 0-1 pitch. Off speed, gonna miss outside, just glove from Bodine. Count 1-1. White 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a ground out in his night so far. Has done the catching for the 4 pitchers so far for Chatham. Waves his bat in the righty's batter's box. Afton set once again. Middle infield still pinching. Here's the 1-1. Fastball driven to right field. Coming in is Diggs. He slides. Kendall Diggs. He made the catch. Well, they're going to say it dropped. It did drop, but Diggs, the throw to second base, is in time. So either way, he gets the out, and he gets the lead runner. So job done for Kendall Diggs. That ball just dropping, tough to see.
Now batting.
And the ruled the ball hit the ground, but Diggs, a stellar throw to second base, gets Miller Green for out number 2.
Yeah, however you get it done, I guess. For Miller Green, it's just he lost sight of it, and you don't know how Diggs caught that or not. Way Diggs popped up and made another nice, strong throw.
Pick over to first. Hudson White back safely. They're going to give a base hit for Chatham. And then Miller Green just gunned at second base. Tough to see if that ball even came out, and it looked like it just came out when he hit the ground was Diggs. But once again, as the pitch comes in here, popped up from Kent, third base side, ranging over his Contratus towards the netting. It's out of play. For Mr. Sports Center Top 10, another acrobatic play, and could have been worthy once again coming in. But the out is what matters, and he got that lead runner no matter what. And Afton now faces an 0-1 count here to Kent. A long look in for Afton once again. Two-step lead for White. Fires on the 0-1 pitch. Trickle third base side. It's foul. Kent 2 for 3. Doubled back in the 7th inning to lead off. And then McDonald followed him up with a 2-run home run to dead center. Also singled in the 5th. The leader in average for Chatham, looking to keep this inning alive here in the top half of the 8th. Afton looking to shut the door here on this inning. The 0-2 pitch, fastball outside. Taking a look is Kent, count 1-2. Defense for Bourne now straight away. Vastine sheeted a little bit up the middle at shortstop. Bender still holding on the runner in White. Afton, highlight kick, 1-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Brady Afton out of the bullpen. 2 hits and no runs for Chatham here in the top of the 8th. Bourne still keeps the lead on their side. It's 6-5. Bottom 8 coming up here at Dorn Park. The Braves looking for some insurance as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here from Dorn Park on a beautiful Wednesday night. And we thank you for joining us for game number 26 of the Braves season. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. 5, 6, 7 in the order of the Braves: Kendall Diggs, Sam Peterson, and Josh Kuroda-Grauer. And Jack Brodsky back on the bump. He had a 1-2-3 7th inning. Looking to keep this game where it is. Give Chatham a chance in the top of the 9th. Diggs 0 for 2 so far. Walked back in the first. He was stranded at third. Brodsky, the righty, working from the stretch once again. And Diggs, the lefty. Highlight kick. First pitch. Bottom 8 underway. Called strike on the fastball. Third baseman in Miola a few steps back on the grass at the hot corner. And Kent way back at first base. Brodsky set. Fires on the 0-1 pitch. Cut on and miss from Diggs on the off-speed. Count 0-2. Sam Peterson on that on-deck circle has one hit in this one and walked as well. .65 not enough for the Braves to have that breathing room. Chatham leads in the hit column with 10. Bourne with 6. Time call here from Diggs before the 0-2. And neither side at the moment with an error. Matt and I were talking about that during the break. A few close plays that could have gone either way. But at the moment, no errors for either side. 10 hits for Chatham, 6 for Bourne. 0-2 pitch to Diggs. Off speed gonna miss, low and inside. Blocked from White. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chatham with 3 runs in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. And it's been the long ball for them. And quietly they crawled back. It was all Braves on the 6-0 lead for them. And then Chatham just having these back-to-back innings, put up 0 in that top half of the 8th here. But have made it a baseball game. Looking to get back on track, find win number 7. 1-2 to Diggs. Breaking ball misses once again. Blocked from White. 2-2.
And for Bourne, you'd love to get back in the win column as well. Still chasing Katuitt, and Katuitt seems to be well within control to take that top spot, but you got Hyannis breathing down your neck, and now Falmouth's creeping in too.
2-2 pitch popped up out of play behind home plate from Diggs. The standings are getting a lot more close in the Western Division, and Bourne has sat in that 2 spot, 4 games back of Katuitt. And Katuitt just had that comfortable lead, but as Matt mentioned, it's been Falmouth, it's been Hyannis heating up as well. In those 3-4 spots, chasing after Bourne. 2-2 pitch, fastball, tailing outside, count now full. And Diggs now working it all the way back. A leadoff base runner could do wonders for the Bravos. And Diggs has gone on so much. Looking for walk number 12 on his summer. 3-2 pitch, pokes it third base side. It's going to drop foul.
Yeah, and you look around the league in terms of scores from today. Katuitt picked up a 6-1 win over Harwich. Falmouth is dominating Brewster 9-2 in the bottom of the 8th, and then the bottom of the 8th at Hyannis. YD and Hyannis are knotted at 3, so it's really close in that West Division standings once you look past Katuitt.
Brodsky, 3-2, fouled straight back. Long battle here between the righty and the lefty. Bourne 6-4 in their last 10 games. They were riding a 2-game win streak before the loss at Hyannis. But Falmouth, 3 wins in a row. 8-2 in their last 10. They've been scorching hot. Bourne broke their 4-game win streak back on July 2nd. Brodsky, can he put him down this time? 3-2 to Diggs. Scorcher, right field, ground ball, past the glove of Maldonado, and it's a base hit for Kendall Diggs. First hit of the night for the right fielder, and a leadoff base runner for the Braves in the bottom of the 8th.
We've talked about his ability to get on base, not through hits, but there, just a great at-bat, battling, and then he gets that fastball on the outside corner, and he gets his hands around it just enough on it, gets past the diving Maldonado, and Kendall Diggs has a hit here, and Bourne looking to just get at least 1 run, get yourself a little more comfortability.
Pick over to first. Sliding back safe is Diggs. Sam Peterson, the hitter, 1 for 2, walked back in the first, singled in the fifth. A ground down jam between the two at-bats. Peterson, the wide righty stance. Brodsky, first pitch. Fastball low, 1-0. Third baseman in Miola, right on the grass at the hot corner. Middle infield pinching here of Fabian and Maldonado. Kent holding on the runner in Diggs. He has a 2-step lead. Pick over once again, he slides back safe. 7 hits now for Bourne. Diggs back off first, pick over once again, close call, gets past the first baseman in Kent. Diggs advancing to second, looking at Topoleski. He'll get the wave to third. This ball is in right field in the corner, and Diggs is standing on third base. Run number 7 for the Bravos, 90 feet away with no outs.
And that's the risk and reward you play with those pickoff moves. Diggs hasn't attempted to steal a base this season, but you want to be able to keep him close, especially with the speed Peterson has. And there, just throw gets away, and there's a lot of space in foul ground down the right field line and on the left field line, but especially in right field, the ball just trickles down the line, and Diggs with plenty of time, able to hustle on his way to third.
Now a clear RBI chance for Sam Peterson. Diggs off third, a 1-0 count. Infield now fully in for Chatham. Outfield straight away. No outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Big spot for Peterson. Brodsky. The 1-0 pitch. Chin music up and in. Check down to first base. Garcia says that Peterson did not go around. Chatham looking to keep this at a 1-run game. Peterson can change that with one swing. Highlight kick from Brodsky. 2-0 pitch. Fastball clip in the inside corner. Count 2-1. Peterson with 3 RBIs, looking for a 4th right here. Diggs a 2-step lead off the bag at third. Brodsky set, glove of the belt. Here's the 2-1. Fastball gets past White. Here comes Diggs. He'll waltz in and score. Bourne leads by 2. It's 7-5 from Dorn Park.
That's huge for the Braves and overall in a game where you've took that big lead. And Chatham battled back, and you've been on the edge of your seat the last inning or so, and you get Kendall Diggs to deliver a big leadoff hit and take advantage of miscues by Brodsky.
First error there for Chatham on the pass ball. Brodsky's threw one to Peterson. Fastball at the knees, called strike. Now Peterson can still put on a no-out base runner here with a walk or a single. Waves his bat before the 3-2. Wide righty stance will now choke up. Brodsky fires on the pitch. Wave and a miss. Peterson, his helmet almost came off on the inside fastball, 1 away.
Nice out there. It was changing the eye level to Peterson. He'd worked low, and that one coming upstairs, just that in-between area to the hitter. Now you get up Josh Kuroda-Grauer, who's delivered in big spots so far this season.
First pitch to JKG, the righty. Fastball outside, just going to miss, 1-0. Kuroda-Grauer, 0 for 2, walks back in the 3rd inning. He was caught stealing as well, and grounded into a double play to Maldonado on an outstanding play by the second baseman. 1 ball, no strikes. Brodsky's pitch. Fastball once again low, this time on the inner half. 2 balls, no strikes. It was an 11-1 win for the Braves back on June 19th against Chatham. Their second on the 28th of June, an 8-2 victory here at Dorn Park. And the Braves looking to beat Chatham for the 3rd time as the 2-0 pitch comes in. Check swing from JKG. Off-speed pitch and a look down, and Garcia says he went around. This would be the 2nd time Bourne has beaten a team 3 times. They've beaten the Harbor Hawks 3 times, 3-1 on that season series. 2-0 against Chatham. 2-1 pitch. Very close inside the JKG, just pulling his body out of the way. Almost clipped. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count. Bourne looking now for a 1-out base runner, leading by 2. Brodsky, 3-1 pitch, chopper third base side, charging in is Miola, makes it on the glove grab, runs as he throws, and down to first, it's in time, right across the diamond. Nice play from Aiden Miola, 2 outs.
Now batting, the third base.
New Contreras will now come to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Has reached base 3 times, walked and scored it by a pitch, and he scored as well, and had a single in the 6th inning. The tall righty stands in, Brodsky back to the stretch. Looking to bounce back after the leadoff base runner. First pitch, off speed down Main Street, 0-1. It was Diggs to lead off the inning with a single, came around and scored. Got help off the E1 on the throw there from Brodsky. 0-1 pitch. Slider going to miss outside. Count now 1-1. And you hope that's the rhythm that's starting to begin for Contreras. Reaching base, what he did for the Sun Devils, batting over 300. Brodsky's 1-1. Back to that off speed, up and inside, clipping the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chatham looking ahead to the top of the 9th to keep this at a 2-run game. They find themselves in a baseball game after 2 loud innings on the offensive side. Brodsky set. 1-2, cut on and missed. Contreras goes down swinging. Strikeout number 2 for Jack Brodsky. And we head to the top of the 9th inning here from Dorn Park. Chatham trails Bourne, 7-5. And a chance for them to tie this game up to send it to the bottom of the 9th or take the lead. Find out. Last chance for Chatham here from Dorn Park, top of the 9th inning. The Braves lead the Anglers 7-5, and they have 8-9-1 due up with Brady Afton back on the bump. The right-hander has been stellar so far this summer, and he's looking to shut the door for the 15th win on the season for the Braves. Here's Zach McDonald. The righty digs in. Afton back to the stretch. First pitch popped up, shallow right field. JKG at second base takes a step on the right field grass. Waves his arms. He'll make the catch. Bourne 2 outs away.
Well, Cam and I say it every broadcast, and we're going to say it one more time here. First out, biggest out. Brady's got it here in the 9th. He settled in, had a nice inning of work in the 8th. Kendall Diggs helped him in right with a nice strong throw on a ball that Lyle Miller Green thought he caught, but then gunned him down out at second.
Here's the righty Derek Fabian. First pitch, called strike on the off speed. That wide stance for Fabian. Had a solo home run in the 6th. And a big RBI single in the 7th as well. He digs in here. Afton's 0-1, popped up out of play first base side. 3 runs in the 6th for the Anglers. And 2 runs in the 7th made this a baseball game, but Bourne got 1 back in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that 2-run lead can be so important. We've seen that throughout a lot of close games for the Bravos. No balls, 2 strikes. Aftam's pitch, chopper third base side. Vastine ranges over at shortstop. Glove side, fires to first. No scoop from Bender. And it rolls past him. And this one going to bounce towards the wall. But Bodine, good backup as well. Keeps the runner in Fabian at first base. Tough play for Vastine to make towards the 5-6 hole. And they're going to rule it an infield single for Chatham. And that tying run now comes to the plate for the Anglers.
The right fielder from Seminole State College, number 22.
It's a tough play there for Vastine. Long throw. And Bender just not able to make the pick, like you said. There has been a defensive change for Bourne. Pete Chufreda is now in right in place of Kendall Diggs.
Here's the top of the order at Xavier Casarilla. Aftam set. First pitch, popped up foul first base side. Diggs and Chufreda both very good defensively. But Chufreda now getting the job out there to end off this game. One out here on the top of the ninth. No balls, one strike, one away. Tying run is Casarilla. Fabian a two-step lead off first base. Middle infield pitching. Aftam's pitch. Fastball away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Casarilla 2 for 4. Singled and scored in the 6th. Led off the game with a double. 3 doubles now in his season. Pair of RBIs as well for the righty. Aftam's 1-1. Fastball away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vastine and JKG up the middle. Contreras back at third base. Bender holding on the runner. Big spot here for Chatham. They've crawled back all night long. Can they do it one more time? Aftam's 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the inner half and at the knees. Count even at 2s. And another spot where Aftam comes in and looking to help out Bourne. They've done the job on offense, asking Aftam to shut the door. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul, first base side. This one going to just scorch right by the first base coach of the Anglers. Miola and Schubert to follow in the order for Chatham. 2-step lead for Fabian once again off first base. Aftam set, glove with the belt. Here's the 2-2. Cut on and missed. Strikeout number 3 for Brady Aftam. And Bourne 1 out away from win number 15.
Brady's hit a different gear as of late here on the Cave. Starting to get those strikeout numbers back up, finding more command of the zone, locating pitchers a lot better. Just needs one more here for Bourne.
He'll have to get through the righty Aiden Miola. Aftam, first pitch, off speed, it's in there. At the knees, 0-1. Miola 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, hit by a pitch in the 6th. He's still that tying run. Fabian off first base with a 2-step lead. Aftam, 0-1 pitch. Popped up high in the sky in the infield. No one really can see it. Bodine can't. Contreras coming all the way over. He'll call everyone off. He can't make the catch. It bounces. Bender throw to second base. Fast line with the tag. Not in time. Oh, man. A fiasco here about to end this game. A fly ball into the twilight zone, as Matt would say. And Contreras could not make the catch. Miola now to second base. And Fabian to third. That tying run on the base paths. And the go-ahead now in the box for Chatham just like that.
That's a tough play. And in the moment you see the ball pop up and you think game over, but it got high up there, got up above the lights. And it just seems like another speck in the night sky once it gets above there.
Here's Nolan Schubert, the lefty. First pitch, got on and missed. Late on the fastball at 90 miles per hour. Still 2 outs, but man, this game has gotten more and more intense as time has gone on. Chatham with 2 runners on, second and third. Schubert the batter. Aftam's 0-1 pitch, popped up foul, third base side. And Aftam, a chance here, some claps start at Dorn Park. He's 1 strike away. Schubert 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Loud claps here on the third base side. A wave of the bat from Schubert. Aftam now set, glove with the belt. Long look in. Can he do it? 0-2 pitch, popped up once again, foul out of play. The claps will not stop. They continue once again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Chatham trails by 2. That tying run on second base. Afton looking to close it. The pitch, wave and a miss. Brady Afton shuts the door. And the Braves get win number 15. A close victory here tonight against Chatham. Their 3rd victory over the Anglers. 7-5, your final from Dorn Park.
Man, you just hold your breath a little bit there at the end. That's all you could do if you were born, but the way Brady's been pitching as of late, there's a confidence in him. He's not afraid to attack against these hitters. You saw him didn't shy away from that fastball, especially in that count. Went with 2 high fastballs and then worked it lower on the inside corner. That's what you need out of a pitcher, especially in a closer role that Brady's kind of been lately. Someone that's not afraid to attack and get ahead on these counts, and that's what he did there. And for Bourne as a whole, that's a huge bounce-back win. It had the makings of that Hyannis game a little bit once Chatham came back, and thankfully for Bourne, Chatham didn't take the lead. You didn't have to try and battle back. You got that insurance run with Diggs, but there it's just this game just a huge bounce back for Bourne, especially considering how Chatham responded late in that game.
Chatham 3 runs in the 6th, got 2 more in the 7th, a few home runs, a long ball. First one we've seen to dead center field here at Dorn Park. That one 402 feet off the bat there, but Chatham was only down by 1. That one insurance run for Bourne, once again, comes up big for them. And some costly situations towards the end, but Bourne a big win here today, and a lot to do with it is Bryce Cunningham. That start put Bourne in a very good spot towards the beginning of that one, and he was able to kind of get in his rhythm once again. A big start for the righty out of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, when any starter is able to set the tone early on, the way Bryce did as well, he worked around a leadoff double to begin the game by Casarilla, and then after that, he didn't allow a hit till the 3rd inning. It was just a single, and you look down the rest of it, it wasn't until the 5th, another hit, just another single. Then in that 6th, things went wrong, but he battled through it, got through 6, struck out 7, walked no one. He did hit a batter, but still, when you look at it, the freebies, he didn't dish many of them out, and that's what you need out of a starter, especially in Bryce, someone that's come back and someone that's trying to elevate his draft stock. He's certainly been doing it over the last few games, being that ace that Bourne needs him to be.
No walks and 7 strikeouts for Bryce Cunningham, and Bourne wins this game 7-5. We say our big thank yous here from Dorn Park, our producer Ryan Bridges, our amazing camera operators Jeremy Gay and Hazel Hallis, our sideline reporter Ali Navarrete talking to Darren, one of the funniest interviews that we've seen so far this summer, our beat reporter Mojo Hill. That's Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna. Bourne wins 7-5. We'll see you tomorrow night back at home at 6 p.m. against the Falmouth Commodores.